you that guy there, Jeff Brohm, has been looking for an opportunity like this. Of course, he's a senior. I think you're looking at a young Jeff Brohm right there, David. A lot of similarity.
The cannon is booming, and the kickoff will send Bailey deep to the end zone, and he wisely elects not to try to come out of there with it. So Louisville will set it in play from its own 20-yard line for the initial possession of this football game. The Cardinals at 3-0 come in undefeated. Texas 0-1-1. Last week they tied then number 6th-ranked Syracuse. They lost to then 13th-ranked Colorado in their opener. We've got Fitzpatrick and Dawkins opening in the Cardinal backfield. Bailey and Cook are the wide receivers. Jeff Brohm, of course, the starting quarterback. Some tremendous numbers put up by Brohm. 68.8% completion, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. Brohm, nobody open. Now he flips it to the sideline out of bounds. In fact, it is caught by Coach Howard Stellenberger. Yeah, Howard made a nice catch there on the sideline. Of course, he's an All-American in at Kentucky. Still has great hands. Here's today's Chrysler Plymouth dealer starting lineup, brought to you by your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer. And, David, that offensive line's been doing a great job for Gary Nord, Howard Schnellenberger. Danny Hope's done a good job with that group. Of course, Dawkins, Fitzpatrick in the backfield. You got Bailey, Asher, and Cook as the receivers. Asher's been playing well and caught 14 passes as a tight end. This is 2nd down and 10 out of the shotgun. The Cardinals have used the shotgun extensively this season. Brohm sets up the screen to Dawkins. Lots of open room. Seconds into the football game, Louisville is on the board.
David, Lee Corso today was talking about Ralph Dawkins, how versatile he is. He's going to be so good in the National Football League. A beautiful setup of the screen. Watch Brohm draw him in. Now he sets it up. There's nothing but red shirts. Then once you let Ralph Dawkins make that move, I tell you what, you will not corral that Cardinal right there as he takes it all the way for the score.
And the freshman with the point after. It's good. David Akers connects. Louisville 7, Texas nothing. The Longhorns have been stung and stung 22 seconds into the football game.
Summer Reminder is brought to you by Pepsi. Better get yours before Shaq gets it all.
Here at Neil Huffman Nissan and DuPont, we know what a hassle it can be to sell your old car. Placing ads, endless phone calls from strangers, and test drive after test drive with people you just don't know. At Neil Huffman Nissan and DuPont, we eliminate all these problems. If we allow you $4,000 for your car, then sell it for $5,000, we'll give you $1,000 back. That's right, $1,000 back to you. It's risk-free, hassle-free, safer than driving with strangers. Come see us now at Neil Huffman Nissan and DuPont.
It's McDonald's Daily Double Burger. It's the great taste of 2 all-beef patties, cheese, lettuce, tomato, onions, and mayo. And it's delicious. Add small fries and a small Coca-Cola Classic and get the Daily Double Combo, all for only $1.89. McDonald's Daily Double Combo, only $1.89. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Well, if you just joined us, 22 seconds into this game, Louisville scores, and this was it.
Talk about deuces being wild. It takes 22 seconds. Watch number 22 in the white. I can't believe Texas wasn't looking for this play. It's been a bread-and-butter play for Louisville all year. Great blocking, and then once Ralph Dawkins gets that opening, he is off to the races.
2, a prominent number in that drive. 22 seconds eclipsed from the clock. And now Atkins will kick off. And the deep man As you look at the series record, first time they've ever met, Louisville and Texas. The deep man is Mike Adams, number 83, and Don He is a very dangerous kick returner.
No question about it. You have to be concerned about him.
And he'll take it inside the 5. He's got some blocks. Gets out over the 30 to the 31. Mike Adams, ball popped loose. Texas jumped on it, but I believe they blew it dead up at the 31. Kevin Gaines, number 18 for UofL, was on the tackle.
First down.
And so now the Longhorns will get their first possession of the afternoon.
And a lot of pressure on that young redshirt freshman now. You look at his numbers. He does have some interception problems. He does have 1 touchdown. He actually has thrown 5 interceptions on the year. So this is a lot of pressure for him early.
First down and 10, Texas from the Longhorns 31. On the ground, the handoff and a little running room, jogging out to the right-hand side. That is Anthony Holmes. Stopped by Darius Watson, number 43. You look at the offensive starting lineup in the line, and they're big ones. Raymer, Elmore, Elliott, Neal, and Brockermeyer. 270 plus, all of them. Lorenz, Jackson, Brown, Pinkney, Hakes, and Adams. Your backs and receivers for Texas. First down for the Longhorns at the Texas 43. Lorenz, handoff. He got some blocks around this near side of the field, up to midfield before he is finally hit and brought down. That is Phil Brown, number 29, a senior out of Commerce, Texas. Terry Quinn on the tackle. The defensive front for Louisville. Kendall Brown, Ray, Hanna, and Joe Johnson. And Don, what a season he is having. Cavallo, Dewberry, and Sumter, your linebackers. And of course, Anthony Bridges has been playing well. In fact, that whole secondary, a question mark going into the year, has played well.
They have, and we've seen Texas run the football, and Ty Smith, the defensive coordinator for Louisville, said they have big, strong backs and a huge offensive line. They can run the ball.
That was a pickup of 7 on second down and 3. They go back up the middle. Not much there, but he squirms loose. Brown showing you his experience. He was hit. He bounced loose. Quinn finally put the stop to him.
First down, Texas.
Phil Brown, 5'11", 207 pounds. A 3-year letterman. One of the few really experienced Longhorn players. They're so young.
Yeah, he's a good all-around back, a good, powerful runner, but yet, despite the fact he's big and strong, he has very soft hands, so he is effective as a receiver coming out of the backfield.
That was a first down for Texas. First down and 10. Longhorns 46 of the Cardinals. It's 7-0 Louisville, but Texas beginning to move the ball in their initial possession. Lorenz fakes and throws incomplete. Tried to hit Jimmy Hakes, the tight end, a junior out of Kerrville, Texas. Tom Cavallo was the coverage man for Louisville.
And Jim Hanna was getting good pressure that time on Shea Moran. And as a result, Cavallo had pretty good coverage on Hakes as well. You look at John Makovic. He's a very pro-minded head football coach, a lot like Howard Snellenberger, David. A lot of his career, of course, was in the NFL as the head coach of Kansas City. Moved from Illinois to Texas, and he loves it there.
Coached the quarterback for Tom Landry of the Dallas Cowboys many years ago. Second down and 10 after the incompletion. Lorenz on the pick, turning the corner. Brown bowls his way inside the 40, trying to get the first down before he's met by Gaines and Cavallo. The temperature is I guess you'd call it a balmy 70 degrees when you've got 80% humidity. It's dripping.
We can testify to that.
A little wet.
The air conditioning's out in the press box today, and the windows are open, and I mean, it's like we did a little running before the game here today.
Moran, the quarterback for Texas. And another thing, the stands are pretty full considering the forecast of rain today. The Cardinals fans have packed it up pretty solidly here. 12:54 the first quarter, third down and 2. The pitch to Brown. He's got a block or two over the 35. He's got the first down and more. Bridges and Quinn make the stop on Phil Brown.
I think probably Howard Snellenberger is a little bit surprised, maybe not. Ty Smith may not be next to Coach Snellenberger, because Ty was really concerned not only about Morenz as a passer, but the running game for Texas. And we've seen the Longhorns come right out here just like Big Bevo, just take it right down the field.
They are moving it, and Marcus Hill is in at a linebacker now, number 35 for Louisville. First down for Texas. Here's the rush. Throws out in the flat. Complete, but just for a yard or two. Gains. And Terrence Roscoe was putting the pressure on him. He threw it high, incomplete, intended for Curtis Jackson.
They're trying to set up a little screen here, but watch the pressure from 93 Terrence Roscoe, the junior out of Euclid, Ohio. He made Morenz throw the ball early. Yes, it's a reception, but a short gain, and that's because of the pressure. As you look at the Longhorn band that made its way from Austin, along with Bevo, the big Longhorn that will be seen, I'm sure, throughout the telecast.
Pick up at just one. Second down and 9. 12:29 first quarter. Brown, the ball carrier. Not much there. Boy, he was stacked up. Vince Dewberry, he made the initial hit, and then he got help from the rest of the Cardinal defense that swarmed in there. So now, third down at about 8 or 9.
A little counter trap that time by Texas, but as you mentioned, David, a good job by Dewberry from his middle linebacker position, stepping up, and then he got some help from his friend.
Good pursuit by the Louisville defense. They send 3 wide receivers down to the left-hand part of your screen. Third down and 9. Morenz will go to the air. He's got plenty of time. Man's open, complete, incomplete. Did he drop the ball? Yes, he did. Inside the 15-yard line. Anthony Bridges covering on that play. Tipped it away from Matt Davis.
A lot of time for Morenz to throw the ball that time, David. Bridges had pretty good coverage, but it certainly appears it was catchable by Matt Davis. Look at the time that Morenz has to throw the ball. Gives him time to find Davis open, and he simply dropped it. There's 3 Cardinals around him, but that should have been caught, and we're going to have a very, very long field goal effort here by Texas.
Scott Chiaretti, he's a senior. He's an all-Southwest Conference kicker. It's a 50-yard attempt. Long enough, but is off the mark. And so the Louisville defense bent, but it did not break. 11:38 to go. The Cardinal offense, Don, back out on the field. You mentioned Bevo. He's having a nice calm day over there.
It's the longest trip he's ever made to a regular season game, except for a bowl game, of course. Bevo obviously won the mascot award because of those Longhorns, not for other cosmetic reasons, as you can tell there. Of course, our next telecast will be next week at 8 p.m. as we'll be in the Steel City, Louisville and Pittsburgh.
Back to the field from the shotgun. Brohm on first down. It's going to go down. Sack back at the 22-yard line. Thomas Baskin, Mormon Watkins, they made the stop, the 2 left defensive linemen. So Brohm, who has not been sacked all that often, sacked on this play. It'll be second down and 19.
Good pressure that time by the Texas defense. Very, very, very talented Texas team, but also as many very in the youth of this team as well. If you joined us late, the 7 points from Louisville came on an 80-yard screen pass to Ralph Dawkins, the first offensive play.
Cardinals now have a second down and 19. Dawkins in motion down to the bottom of the screen. Handoff Fitzpatrick. Boy, he just bowls his way for yardage. Robert Reed, number 40, finally rides him down. But Chris Fitzpatrick, the junior fullback, he scored his first career touchdown just recently for UofL out of St. Petersburg.
You look from behind Jeff Brohm. Now, Fitzpatrick got his first touchdown last week as a Cardinal. Good, strong, bowling ball type of runner. He took some hits last week, but he's a tough competitor right back in there. Let me correct something. Jeff Brom's first play of the game went to Howard Snellenberger on the sideline. The Dawkins touchdown came next.
Third down and 14. After the sack, the Cardinals got some yardage to make up. Brohm from the shotgun does not see anybody open. He's just going to run it to the sidelines, and he is wrestled out there by 44, Winfred Tubbs. And Tubbs is an All-American candidate, a candidate for the Butkus Award. He corrals Brohm.
Watch Jeff Brohm here out of the shotgun. 68% of the time Louisville used the shotgun a week ago. Now watch 44, Winfred Tubbs.
pulled down Brohm. Winford has two heavily bandaged arms. He had an injury before the season that required surgery and then injured his other arm earlier this year. So he's been banged up all year long, and you got to watch this guy. Mike Adams took one 80 yards last week against Syracuse with only 9 men on the field.
And they got the return set up. Taken at the 35. Adams with a quick start, but he was not able to beat it out over the 42. And he is down there. The Longhorns will put the ball in play there. Edward Pollock made the stop for UofL. We'll be back after this timeout.
Chrysler LHS so impresses the critics, they praise it wherever they go. To the ballpark, to the theater. With its high-performance engine, leather trim, driver and passenger airbags, ABS, and traction control, all under $31,000, they most often praise it all the way to the bank. Chrysler LHS. The American luxury car is now in the fast lane at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
It's McDonald's Daily Double Burger. It's the great taste of 2 all-beef patties, cheese, lettuce, tomato, onions, and mayo. And it's delicious. Add small fries and a small Coca-Cola Classic and get the Daily Double Combo, all for only $1.89. McDonald's Daily Double Combo, only $1.89. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Well, the Cardinal Caravan will be launching some trips coming up soon for the University of Louisville football Cardinals to West Virginia on October 8 and 9, then to Tennessee, a great trip down to Neyland Stadium. Call travel specialists on that 800 number, and also as well a one-day charter trip through the air, obviously, to Texas A&M and back. Travel specialists, that 800 number, locally or outside the Louisville area. Those fine people can answer any of your questions. Travel with the Cards and have a good time.
Jay Fanning is in at defensive end. John Makovic, the Texas Longhorns coach, on the sideline. First down and 10 for Texas from the 41. 33, the running back, slips loose, gets out over the 45 to the 47. CAVALLO and Dewberry stopping Anthony Holmes, who's a sophomore. .39 to go in the first half, and Louisville leads Texas 7-0. Joe Johnson on the sideline. Jay Fanning is in at the right defensive tackle. Johnson taken up on an earlier play. Second down and 4. Moran's under pressure, completes it at midfield, and that's going to be enough for a first down. CAVALLO on the coverage of LOVELL Pinkney, but Pinkney 6'5", 234 pounds. A pretty big fellow to bring down.
Not only big, David, he's fast. He runs a 4.340. Now watch from behind the Cardinals secondary. You look from the end zone shot. Moran immediately spots Pinkney going across in the zone area, and he makes the catch. Now watch Morantz at the end of this play. I mean, he is leveled by big Leonard Ray. That is not pleasant at all.
Joe Johnson is back in the game. Here is the pass completed to Phil Brown, number 29, near the 40-yard line. CAVALLO again, the senior linebacker, to make the stop on Phil Brown, but that senior running back has made most of the big plays so far for the Longhorns.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a lot of running today from Texas. I think the Cardinals expect to see the passing game. Tom CAVALLO chasing down Brown. Did he get him by the face mask? Oops, looks like he might have got away with one there.
Pickup of 6. It's second down and 4. Ball's at the Louisville 40. Nowhere to go. That's the senior, Tom CAVALLO, that makes the big play, the stop on Curtis Jackson, 39.
You talk about picture-perfect, fundamental defense. Watch 41 in the red. Tom CAVALLO, he reads it immediately. Jackson is there, so is CAVALLO. He wraps him up around the leg, throws him down, and then he will salute the crunch zone. Tom CAVALLO, a nice play.
Nickel defense for the Cardinals. They got 5 defensive backs into the game. Sam Madison, number 13, as CAVALLO goes to the sideline. Third down and 9, passing situation. Shotgun, Moran. Over the middle. Almost intercepted. I think about 3 Cardinals may have touched that football. Certainly Quinn and Darius Watson did, maybe Madison as well.
Well, that old Pigskin bouncing around. You see Moran's good protection. Throws it across the middle, goes off one Cardinal. Quinn had a chance. Darius Watson says, let me get it. Whoa, a couple of times, but he can't hang on. And that Pigskin's funny. We'll be talking about that. And also different types of turf today in our Levy's Tools of the Game.
Dwayne Bosick is the punter, a converted defensive lineman, 6'3", 253 pounds. But boy, he can boom the punt. Fair catch taken by Bailey at about the 6-yard line.
Should have fielded that one. He fielded it inside the 10, and that's where you're supposed to cut it off, and now the Cardinals going to be backed up.
The first time Louisville faces poor field position this afternoon. They lead the Texas Longhorns 7-0.
He's in Manhattan on Wednesday, Frankfurt on Thursday, Paris, Rome, and Vienna after that. He believes it's better to do business across a table than over a fax machine. This year, he'll fly more than 100,000 miles with us because he knows nobody understands him better than we do. At Delta, when we say we love to fly and it shows, this is where it shows.
It's a Nissan dealer race to the finish. Firely Nissan out front with Neil Huffman closing fast. There's Bales Nissan coming up on the outside. No, it's Montgomery going for the inside. And the winner is you. You win if you race to your nearest Nissan dealer. Nissans have never been this low before, and they have to make room for 94 inventory. Every new car test drive will receive 1 free go-kart ride at Kart Country. Race quickly to get the best deal on a Nissan and a free go-kart ride. Kentucky and a Nissan and you, a winning combination.
Mr. Ratledge has always relied on Lowe's to find everything he needs for his lawn. First, he planted hedges so those darn kids wouldn't ride in his grass. Then he put an evergreen for privacy from those noisy neighbors. Not only is everything in stock at Lowe's, it's all protected by their 1-year tree and shrub guarantee. And now, well, Mr. Ratledge is planting something just for himself. A flowering crab. Lowe's, helping add value to the homes on Raymond Street and your street.
Well, this game was just 22 seconds old when Louisville scored on an 80-yard touchdown pass. Brohm to Dawkins. Since then, the Longhorns and the Cardinals have exchanged punts. Howard Stellenberger now has his team backed up inside their 10-yard line after Bailey fair catching a punt.
We should tip our cap to the fans that are here on threatening skies. It'll be a record crowd today. The fans showed up. A couple of people aren't here, though, and they're big Cardinal fans. Are Kroger, a good supporter, John Hackett, and Kay, of course, their son, John Hackett Jr. and Wendy Harris are getting married today, and we wish them the best of luck.
We've got Dawkins and Shellman in the backfield for Louisville. Backed up, Shellman, the ball carrier, out over the 6, 7, 8, maybe a couple of yards there.
Shellman, the ball carrier, tackled by Chubb.
That was Tubbs, the All-American candidate, making the stop on Anthony Shellman, who scored 2 touchdowns this year.
David, last week we saw Shellman and Dawkins together an awful lot. They're both in the Cardinal backfield at this point, and I think that makes a big, big difference. As a matter of fact, now they brought in, looks like Danny Patterson is the fullback. So
48 Patterson, indeed. We've got Ferguson in at one wide receiver. Sean Jackson in motion. Here's the big Shellman. And he turned the corner. There wasn't any blocking out there for him. And he's lucky if he gets the 9-yard line. Robert Reed, 40, 26. Pascal Waddy for the Longhorn defense.
See Joe Johnson getting a knee brace put on by the Cardinal training staff. Of course, Big Joe already with 10 sacks on the year, and they're going to put a knee brace on Joe Johnson's right knee. Of course, the training staff does a great job. Drain Trillo, the new trainer, along with his fine assistants, it's done a great job.
Looks like they removed the brace. Anyway, they're making equipment adjustments on Joe Johnson. 3rd down and 6. Cardinals are still backed up. Ball's on the 10-yard line. And they're in the shotgun. Brohm. Lost one for Patterson. Almost intercepted at the 25-yard line. A very dangerous play.
Well, you know, it rained a lot this morning. Of course, they changed pigskins or leather, as you find out on our Levy's Tools of the Game, a lot.
looked like this might have slipped. Jeff was off balance. Well, actually, it looked like it may have slipped somewhat. He was trying to get it up to Danny Patterson. Jeff has only been intercepted once this year, but Malone, a fine, strong safety, almost came up with that INT.
Well, now you got a dangerous situation with Brookfield standing in his end zone, and that man, Adams, 83, capable of taking one back on you. You cannot go to sleep on special teams. Low snap. And a beautiful spiraling punt. Fair catch, Adams at midfield. Brookfield pulled off a tremendous play there. They put the pressure on him. Adams, somebody who could have given him excellent field position, had the fair catch.
Yeah, and Brookfield under some pressure. Watch this. Brandon Brookfield takes a somewhat low snap, as you can see. That causes him to get it off a little bit slower, and a Longhorn comes in right here and almost got a piece of it. Close play right there. Very, very close. But Brookfield kept his concentration, and the coverage was good. An excellent punt. Good hang time.
Special teams in the kicking game figure prominently in this ball game. 5:49 in the first quarter. Texas with the ball at the Longhorn 48. Lorenz on the handoff, tripped up. Phil Brown right at the line of scrimmage. Kevin Gaines, number 18, came in there to make the stop.
David, let's take a look at our LDDS long distance scoreboard, brought to you by LDDS, rewarding Cardinal athletics with a Cardinal calling card. You see West Virginia all over Missouri today. Auburn and Southern Mississippi, a good one in the third. Navy and Bowling Green tied in the fourth quarter. LSU getting bombed by Tennessee. That's the final now. And in the second quarter, Tulsa giving Oklahoma quite a game.
And it's second down and 10 for the Longhorns from the 48-yard line. They trail Louisville 7-0 in the first quarter. Handoff, and Holmes gets out, or rather Jackson out over midfield, but he's well short of what he needed for a first down. Cavallo and Johnny Frost, the linebackers, come up to make the tackle. So fourth down, or rather third down for the Longhorns.
Louisville saw a good running team. Howard Schnellenberger's club last week faced a good one in Arizona State. And the secondary did a good job, David, coming in to help against the run game. And looks like they're going to have to be really conscious of that once again here today against the Longhorns.
Primarily on the ground today, Texas. Third down, 8 to go. Handoff, Holmes. Oh, he's got the first down up over the 40, and here comes a flag. A couple of flags go down. Sam Madison on the tackle. Phil Brown bursting through the line to pick up the first down yardage, but it could be a Texas penalty.
Excellent call by John Makovic there, but I think we're going to have a crackback block, if indeed we do, below the waist by Texas. That will erase a nice call. Third and long. Louisville thinking pass, so a little draw play here to Brown. Now watch him see the opening. There you saw the hold one, and then Gaines was the guy being held from behind. So actually two penalties there. Of course, you only get one of them. Well, what are they doing here? They're taking it way back. Now they're taking it back from the point of infraction. So it's going to be third and a long.
Probably about 20.
Yeah.
They're spotting the ball, marking it at the 37-yard line of Texas. Third down, 21 to go.
This has been a big play Louisville defense this year. Let's see if they can come up and stop them on third and long.
Lorenz throws over the middle, knocked down. What a great play. Pinkney was there, but Kevin Gaines came over behind him and knocked that ball down.
I guarantee you the Louisville cornerbacks are taking a lot of pride today because they've heard an awful lot about Pinkney and Adams. Now watch Gaines come from over the top and knock it down. Pinkney sitting there waiting for the ball, but watch 18 in the red. Perfect timing, and he'll slap it away. You can't get it any better than that from Kevin Gaines.
Ralph Dawkins deep for Louisville.
Gaines played that perfectly. Dwayne Bosick, the punter. And it is Ralph Dawkins, not Bailey, that is deep to receive. End over end. Dawkins. Nice spinning move. Boy, he's hard to bring down. Gets it back to the 27-yard line, and that was Ralph Dawkins doing all the work. Robert Reed, 40 on the tackle.
You know, Louisville likes to look at interesting statistics, but even some stats of their own that they like to keep favor a guy like Ralph Dawkins because they keep yardage after a running back or a receiver is hit. That's very, very important. It'll never show up in any statistics that we see, but a very important thing. I'd like to remind you, each week at the Kentucky Center for the Arts, the coach is there for the WRKA weekly sideline luncheons, and they're a lot of fun. Hope to see you Tuesdays at noon.
3:57 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Louisville, first down. Jeff Brohm throws and gets it complete up here to Asher. Over the 40 to the 42 for a first down. And I thought Brohm was going to be tackled for a loss way back at about the 25.
It's a naked bootleg, and Jeff Brohm with the good fake thinking he's going to be all by himself, but that will not be the case in this situation. And the leading receiver on the year, Jamie Asher, look at Jeff Brohm. He says, oh, my goodness, Vasquez did not take the fake. But heads-up play by Brohm. He finds one of his favorite receivers, and Jamie Asher, who's averaging over 12 yards a catch. Matter of fact, almost has as many yards as he had all last year right now.
From the shotgun on the 43, Ralph Dawkins. It's about 5 yards up to the midfield line, making about a 7-yard gain for Ralph Dawkins. Dawkins finally tackled by Van Malone, number 8. But Ralph Dawkins with an 80-yard TD reception so far today. Having a big afternoon.
And some new wrinkles out of the shotgun. Some of the running game. A little handoff to Ralph Dawkins. He gets some good blocking from Fitzpatrick. Bailey helps out, and then he finds the hole. It's a good gainer. Ralph Dawkins has already scored a touchdown in the game, but Gary Nord and the offensive staff working with Howard Snellenberger has put some running game in out of the shotgun today. We'll probably see that quite a bit.
Gain of 7, second down and 3. Here's Dawkins for the first down. Sheds one and gets it on inside the 30. First down. 25 yards by Dawkins.
Watch this guy. After he blows through the hole, good blocking by DeBold up front. Now watch him. He get by one tackle. There's 2, and finally Malone just does drag him down from the end zone. How would you like to stop number 22? DeBold with a great block. Now, that's what Ralph does so well. Once he gets through the hole, he knows how to take it to the outside and utilize his speed.
2:27 left in the first quarter. Dawkins and Fitzpatrick in there in the backfield. Bailey is one receiver. Here's the handoff up the middle, plowing for a couple of yards, not much more. Jason Reeves makes the stop for the Longhorns. That's Fitzpatrick, the fullback, number 23, that picks up a couple. He earned whatever he got.
You know, this is a very important drive for Louisville. If they want to do what they've done in the first half this year, and that's take control of the football game. They scored early, of course, on the second play from scrimmage on the screen to Dawkins. But really, since then, nothing's happened either way. Texas had one good scoring opportunity, but in our McDonald's first quarter, you can see Texas hanging in there. But if Louisville could get another score here, maybe they'll get that big first half momentum they've enjoyed this season.
On 2nd and 7, Brohm with a handoff, crashing down to about the 20-yard line. Dawkins met by Tyson King, 50. Well, the 3rd down and about 4. They've got 1 minute 22 seconds left in the first quarter. 7-0 Louisville. Dawkins may be getting a little tired. He's had no rest on this drive. A 25-yard run and another carry, and now it is 3rd down and 4 from the 20. Was he inbounds? It's a completion and a first down. Nice play by Kevin Cook. Boy, he knew exactly where he was.
That's why he's so valuable. Solid, not flashy. He's averaging over 15 yards a catch. Brohm on the rollout. He's looking, and right there's Kevin Cook. He stops, has both feet in, and he has the first down. And look at that. You talk about impressive inside the 20, or what they call the red zone. You don't get much better than that, David.
Get in there 11 times and you score 9 touchdowns and a field goal. That's almost a perfect statistic. It's at the Longhorn 14. Here's the pitch. Fitzpatrick. Nobody was looking for Fitzpatrick. The blitz was on. Fitzpatrick just went around the end and headed to the end zone.
Yeah, Fitz, he got a TD last week. It's becoming Mr. Touchdown, number 23. What a great audible by Brohm at the line. He checks off, saw the blitz. I mean, nobody's on the outside, and Fitz is just cruising in there. Great job on the checkoff by Jeff Brohm, the recognition, and Fitz, Mr. Touchdown.
Second career touchdown. Here's the extra point. Right through the middle of the uprights. And we've got Louisville 14 and Texas nothing. Let's look at that touchdown from another angle, Don.
Watch a block if we can see it here. Ralph Dawkins turns it in. Big play. He turned in Johnson, and that's what allowed Fitz to get outside. Kevin Cook also downfield, coming back, making a nice block. You don't make it much better than that. And Howard Snellenberger's team now has opened up a 14-0 lead. And you talk about a team being dominant in a first half this year, David. He loved it last week. He got the taste of pay dirt, so now he's going to get them all the time. Of course, we're talking about Cardinal football today, but the new football stadium is just around the corner. We'll be talking about that at halftime, but the fund drive getting close to $12 million, but we're running out of time. October 1st is the deadline. Call 502-588-5732 for information on the new stadium. Can I have a second to get on a soapbox?
Go ahead.
One time today.
We got time.
There's been a lot of discussion recently about a dome stadium. Well, let's get real. That was discussed a long time ago, 3 years of studying. The decision was made, an open-air stadium is the way to go. If you can't get money from the state to buy land, how does anyone think they're going to get $120 million? Plus the fact, if you think you can build a dome today for under $250 million, you're dreaming. Let's get focused on the idea, the open-air stadium, and forget all this other malarkey.
Here's the kickoff, and that's going to be out of bounds. They'll have to re-kick it if Texas so chooses as they drill it out of bounds.
I've stepped off my soapbox.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's Akers, the freshman place kicker. So Texas is going to take the ball and put it in play, and they'll have decent field position at their 35-yard line. Let's update that graphic we showed you a moment ago.
Can you believe that? 89 points in the first half to the opponent's 20. Now, David, you add to that the last two games prior to the day, the opponent scored first. So that's 14 of those 20 first-half points from the opponent on their first drive.
We've got 51 seconds left. First quarter at Cardinal Stadium, 14-0 Louisville. Longhorns on their own 35. Morenz to throw. He goes deep. And Anthony Bridges got it. That's his third interception. They tried to get it to Mike Adams, and Anthony Bridges made the interception. Oh, my.
You got to throw the ball now because you're down 14-zip. Morenz, I mean, he loves to throw it deep, and he just cranks that baby. But watch Bridges. Bridges says, I don't care what they say about you, Mike Adams. I'm a good football player. Cut right in front and makes the big INT. I guarantee you, this kid only a junior. The pros are going to be salivating over him. It's hard to find corners that can play good man-on-man coverage.
Louisville with the ball right back at the Louisville 25-yard line. Dawkins, Shellman, the backfield. There's that screen to Dawkins. Last time it went for a touchdown. This time about a 15-yard gain. Winfred Chubbs, the All-American candidate linebacker on the tackle for the Longhorns.
They'll come back to that. Ty Smith talking to the defense right here.
15.
Defense is really stiffening up. At that time, a good block by Sean Price, the sophomore who's in at right guard, and he made a nice block to free Dawkins in that screen. A lot of confidence on this football team now on both sides of the football. It all comes together.
First down and 10. 33 seconds. The clock winds down in the first quarter. Here's Shellman over the 45 to the 47. A flag. A late flag has been thrown. May look for a holding call. Robert Reed 40, 88 Reeves, the tacklers.
I think they got Dave DeBold on the hold, and Dave a little bit slow in getting up. Number 61, the senior who's been a real anchor, getting his 24th straight start today in the offensive line. Dave DeBold, number 61 for the Cardinals.
Flipping against the offense.
Going to be a
15-yard penalty. By the foul. First down.
So they'll back it up.
Backs him up quite a bit inside the Cardinal 25-yard line.
DeBold is out, David, so the Cardinals make another change in the offensive line. So Dave DeBold now is going to try to walk it off over on the sideline.
25 seconds, 20 seconds. The clock runs down towards the end of the first quarter, one that has been dominated by Louisville. See the number of penalties between the two. Out of the shotgun, 5 seconds to go when Brohm gets it. Pass complete. Got it up to Shellman over the 27-yard line, and he was hit there by Jason Reeves. That's the end of the first quarter. Time has expired on the clock, and it has been an outstanding first quarter for University of Louisville football fans. The Cardinals by 2 touchdowns.
PNC Bank is proud to present the University of Louisville Classroom Champion.
Elise Thornberry is a sophomore on the UofL field hockey team and is happy with their intercollegiate sports competition and her major.
I chose nursing because I'm really interested in the health field and helping out people. And I played a lot of sports when I was younger, and I like injuries and dealing with them and trying to help out people who hurt themselves. I really enjoy it. I like anatomy a whole lot, and we're just taking the nursing 211 and 212, and that's just kind of introductory to nursing.
Elise adds, nursing provides a lot of opportunity.
The options are really open everywhere, and that's what I really like about nursing. I could go anywhere with it and find a job.
PNC Bank is proud to honor the University of Louisville Classroom Champion.
If you think sitting in class is boring, try the unemployment office.
Reminder is brought to you by Pepsi. Better get yours before Shaq gets it all.
We'd like to remind you today's second quarter is brought to you by Alliant Health System, where wonders never cease, and Alliant has a great staff. I don't know if they can do much with Bevo, though, David. I think he's out of luck. The Horns look good, but I don't know.
Bevo's kind of quiet over on the sideline. There's Tim Stellenberger, coach's youngest son.
And our old Bob Rainey there behind.
Of course, Tim recovering from gunshot wounds of a few weeks ago. Look at that graphic of total offense in the first quarter. All batted down. Incomplete by Brian Johnson, 13 of the Longhorns, a freshman out of Houston, 6'2", 221 pounds. We've mentioned how much youth there is on the Longhorn team, especially at defense, where they play 3 or 4 true freshmen quite a bit.
Yeah, they do, David. And one of the things I think is we saw that graphic, 162 first-quarter yards by Louisville. On the year, they're averaging over 405 yards a game, 40 points per game. That guy's been impressive every game so far. Ninth best in scoring in the NCAA.
It is third down and 23 to go. And Brohm goes for it to Joe Barney. First down. Joe Barney, number 82, the backup tight end, a senior out of Dublin, Ohio. 6'4", 231 pounds. He used it all to make the catch and pick up the first down.
Everybody talks about Barney, but this Barney is not purple. He's wearing red. And we're talking about Zoe. Great throw across the middle. Now watch the big guy fight for yardage. He's a junior out of Dublin, Ohio. Perfect execution right down the middle of the field in the seam of the zone. And Zoe Barney gets the catch and a few more yards to boot.
At the 43-yard line, you see the national rankings for the Cardinals. Here's Shellman. Anthony Shellman with a big 8 to 9 yard gain. Ellis and Reed, 40 and 27 from the Texas secondary.
David, you notice how Louisville now with some success through the air and on the ground, they have that young Texas defense off balance. They have them guessing a little bit. And that's exactly what Gary Nord and his staff wanted to do, is keep them off balance, not let them know to think run or pass. There's been a great mixture in the first half of play here by Louisville on both sides of the football. But you look at the offense, it's been very diverse.
Second down and 2. Cook slid to the bottom. Sean Jackson in motion. Here's the pitch. Patterson. That's Danny Patterson, a freshman out of Fairdale High School, who was the ball carrier, hit by Robert Reed.
You know, the staff really likes Danny Patterson. Matter of fact, Howard Schnellenberger was joking somewhat last week. He had Danny in for a couple of plays, and he ran into Jeff Brohm. Then he jerked him. He said, Danny, I'm sorry, I forgot to get you back in. But they love this young player as a fullback. He's a freshman walk-on. He has good size, good speed, and a local kid to boot. They think he's going to be a good one here.
Picked up 1 yard. Third down and 1 from the 34 of the Longhorns. Go into the middle. Needed a yard. Van Malone, number 8 for the Longhorn defenders. Did Shellman get it? Well, it looks like they'll bring the chains out, and it'll take a measurement to decide it.
It might be a wee bit short. Even if it is, I would imagine you're going to see Howard Schnellenberger go for it. John Makovic not wanting to fall behind in this game, but is down 14-zip.
Well, you're looking at a 50-yard plus field goal, which may be a little bit much for Akers, but did they get the first down? Awfully close. Just inches shy, so fourth down and inches. Still in there, and the Cardinals are going to go for it on fourth down and an inch or two.
Record crowd, they're on their feet. Do you cross them up and go for a pass? Well, Howard Schnellenberger and Jeff Morrow talking about it. Or will Jeff call his own number?
Longhorn stacking it up in the middle. Here's the handoff. It's a first down. Anthony Shellman, the junior out of Bradenton, Florida, picks up the first down. So fourth down gamble works. Watch the left side. Everybody getting a white shirt, putting a hat on them. Good block by Dave DeBole, who's back in there, and that was enough to let Shellman get the first down. Good drive by Louisville, because they've had some good running plays and continue to use some block as well here in the first half. Good momentum drive by Jeff Brohm and company. The Longhorn 32. It is a first down. Brohm tried to get it in there to Jackson, but he was well defended by Joey Ellis, 27. Ellis was just like a blanket on Jackson.
Yeah, Sean Jackson was really covered. Ellis, by the way, the best corner cover man for Texas, and Jeff tried to zip it in there but couldn't do it. And Joey Ellis, a junior, has done a good job in that secondary. Great in the bump and run for John Makovic.
Yeah, Joey Ellis, the only returning starter in the Longhorn secondary from a year ago. Ball's on the 32, second down and 10 after the incompletion. Dawkins, he got some blocks and gets inside the 30, picks up about 4 yards. The hit by Robert Reed. Dawkins averaging 6 yards a carry this year. He has been tied for 5th place all time on the UofL scoring list.
Yeah, matter of fact, that average overall, he's averaging over 5.5 yards every time he touches the ball.
and that'll get even better today. Howard Snellenberger a bit upset with our Big East officials on a play there.
That touchdown by Dawkins in the first half moved him to 4th place on the all-time Louisville scoring list. 3rd down and 6. At the Longhorn 28. Brohm operates out of that shotgun. Man was wide open. Tight end Jamie Asher to the 18 and a first down. Van Malone on the coverage, but the tight end figuring prominently in this pass offense, Don.
They're stretching your defense once again. That leaves the middle open for Jamie Asher, and I mean Jeff Brohm had that baby on a string. Jamie gets the catch. And first down yardage before Malone pulls him down. Jamie Asher back at tight end is so comfortable. He's a fine young man. And the Cardinals really like Zoe Barney. Of course, you got 2 juniors. That gives you good, solid players at that tight end position.
Asher did some duty at fullback last year. That move really didn't work well. He's at home at tight end. 11:03 in the first half. Good hit, and Dawkins keeps, or Fitzpatrick keeps driving ahead. Number 23. You described him as a bowling ball kind of player at 5'10", 203 pounds. A junior out of St. Petersburg, Florida. 2 touchdowns down the season by Fitzpatrick.
Once again, the run out of the shotgun. You see the hole, and Fitz gets away and gets some good, tough yardage. The fullback becoming a big part of the Cardinal offense. And the Cardinal bird and the record crowd, I'm sure that'll be announced today, having a big time.
2nd down and 6. It's on the Longhorn 14. The Cardinals driving. Jeff Brohm directing things over the middle. It is caught for a touchdown by Reggie Ferguson. What a catch, but there is a flag. A penalty marker has been dropped at about the Cardinal 16-yard line.
Holding against Louisville.
Holding on Louisville. A wipeout, a tremendous catch by backup wide receiver Reggie Ferguson.
Well, it won't count, but it looks good anyway. Let's take a look at it. Good scrambling by Brohm, throws on the run. Now watch the sure-handed Ferguson. That would have been his first touchdown of the year, but the holding penalty brings it back, and Howard Snellenberger, once again, he's talking about some things with the officials. It might have something to do with Bevo, but I don't think he's talking about Bevo right there.
A natural screen at Bevo. 2nd down and 18 when they tack on the penalty. Ball's on the Longhorn 26. 14-0 Louisville, and they are threatening on the Longhorns again. Pass into the flat, incomplete. Dawkins, the intended receiver. That play just didn't unfold properly. 3rd down, 18 with 10:09 to go. First half at Cardinal Stadium.
Well, that's a big break for Texas, David, because I tell you, they go down 21-zip, and you're talking about a deep hole that'll never get them back to Austin, the way the Cardinals have been playing here at home especially. But that's all part of the game, and let's see if the offense can come up with something. It's a 3rd and long.
Dawkins and Shellman are in the backfield. Kevin Cook is the receiver to the bottom of your screen. Bailey to the top. Here's the screen. Can Texas solve it? This time they play it well. That play has gone for a touchdown and a 25-yard pickup today. And 4th down and 18, and David Akers, the freshman place kicker, will come out to try a field goal, 43 yards. He hit a 44-yarder in the opening game against San Jose State. The 5'11 freshman out of Lexington, Tates Creek. He had 2 blocks last week against Arizona State.
Yeah, and Howard Snellenberger took the responsibility for that. He said he promised that wouldn't happen again. Let's see what happens here.
9:23 to go. Here's the placement and the kick. It may be good. It's in there for a field goal from 43 yards out. The freshman David Akers gives Louisville a 17-0 lead over the Texas Longhorns. We'll be back to Cardinal Stadium. Stay with us. We've got a lot more to come.
Build from the ground up. It'll take just $200. And if you keep a $200 minimum balance in your great financial federal checking account, you can write as many checks as you want. No charge. You'll also have access to more than 600 Quest automatic teller machines in this area and any Sears ATM nationwide. And when your balance averages $1,000 or more, you'll earn interest. It's your key to financial security from Great Financial Federal.
Everyone misses someone. Everyone needs to hear the news.
When you need to hear the news, you can count on South Central Bell. We handle most of the calls you make, including long distance in your calling zone. Calls that bring you closer to the ones you love. It's just one more way we make your life a touch easier.
Hello, everyone. South Central Bell.
Low. What is low? If you were on the moon, a skyscraper would be low, but here on Earth, low is for price. That's why Taco Bell has lowered the price on its cheesy Mexican pizza to a low $1.19. That's lower than a pancake run over by a steamroller. Taco Bell's also lowered the prices on its spicy beef burrito and luscious burrito supreme, just $1.19. That's low. Lower than a paperweight on the bottom of the ocean. Look at low. But eat all for just $1.19. Only at Taco Bell. Like to remind you, don't forget on this day as you sit and watch the Cardinals against the Longhorns to order your Papa John's Cardinal Special. Enjoy great Cardinal football, and for only $7.88, you get a large pepperoni pizza. So get that and some Pepsi and sit back and relax and watch some great college football. A sellout, and we're live today on Fox 41, and give the credit once again to this Cardinal Stadium crowd on a very questionable day weather-wise and live television. They're here and having a great time.
A lot of them standing on their feet as the Cardinal kickoff team gets ready to go. You see the results of the drive. A nice long drive, 15 plays. It took up 6.5 minutes off that clock. David Akers gets the field goal. 83, Mike Adams. Boy, Akers just drilled it into the back part of that end zone. No return.
Well, last year, Syracuse, or last week, the Orangemen got a taste not only of Adams on a punt return, but a kickoff return that set up a touchdown, and the best defense for that, obviously, by that young freshman who was pumped up after the long field goal. He puts it deep into the end zone. That really helps your defense because now the Longhorns, down by 17, start on their own 20.
Against Colorado, Adams didn't have a very good day, and he said, I guarantee you the first punt return next week's a touchdown.
Look at that time of possession, almost doubled by the Cardinals.
They have dominated this on the scoreboard, and in the statistics, it is first down from the 20, Moran. Receiver dropped the ball and then picked it up. That's LOVELL Pinkney, number 80.
Well, LOVELL left practice this week one day. We were told by the Texas Sports Information Office it was strictly personal. You seem have it and drop it. Actually, if you talk to some other media people, they said LOVELL was upset because he wasn't getting into the offensive much and got out of there. But the word from Texas is it was personal problem.
Second down and 10. Nowhere to go. The Louisville defense, Tom Cavallo. The senior linebacker, Joe Johnson, number 94, putting the pressure in and stacking up 29, Phil Brown.
Once again, the offense did its job, David, and Ty Smith says that really pumps us up off defense. You watch him try to get outside with Brown, but no way. I mean, you wrestle him down like that. A big, big play by Cavallo. Dewberry was in the area. Cardinal defense is pretty pumped.
Madison is in, nickel defense, 5 defensive backs, third down and 12. He hit it, and Bridges hit him. Phil Brown made the catch, but the defensive secondary for Louisville is really letting them know they're there.
I tell you what, I don't care what anybody says. If that young guy there isn't a candidate for All-American, he does everything well. He's not big, 5'9", 165, but watch him put the hit on here. Good protection. Here's the throw. Bridges on the run. Boom! He hits him right there. Madison was there to make sure, but Anthony Bridges has been so solid once again today.
Speaking of solid, here's the punter for Texas. Dawkins is deep. High spiraling punt. No fair catch. Dodges one. An elusive run by Dawkins. Robert Reed, 40, made the tackle. You have to be sure-handed. Flag on the play. Indication it's going to go against both teams. Personal fouls.
That was completely away from the action. You know, we've seen Dawkins back. Of course, Bailey's had the success on the year as a punt return. I still think he might be bothered somewhat by that hip pointer.
Personal foul. Kicking team. Personal foul. Receiving team. Penalties have been declined. Offsetting. First down.
He got him switched.
How many teams are there? You got an offense and you got a defense. If you get it both ways, it's offsetting. But he was confused there.
Marty Lowe has come out on the field. It looks like he's going to direct the Cardinal offense. We'll take a quick break.
Hey, Steve, what are you doing?
Oh, I just thought I'd help this practice field along a little.
Well, thanks.
Hey, Don, I thought that artificial turf was the rage.
You know, not with Coach Schnellenberger. He believes that natural grass really cuts down on injuries. That's why you see the practice fields are natural grass. And in the new University of Louisville football stadium, they're going to have prescription turf as well.
Well, tell the coach when the stadium's built
Yeah?
that Levy's has great prices on grass seed, lawnmowers, fertilizer.
Brought to you by Levy's, the home team.
You know, I'm an old-fashioned guy. I believe in giving people more for their money. So not only is everything on Wendy's Super Value menu 99 cents each, but now you can get our country fried steak sandwich. It's delicious and just 99 cents. Great with biggie fries, our char chili, or Caesar side salad. You can only get them at Wendy's. You don't pay more, you just get more. And that's the truth.
Try the country fried steak sandwich on Wendy's 99-cent Super Value menu.
Think of all this as a large block of ice. Think of this as a chip off the old block. Coors Light aged ice cold. So when you think of ice, think of the silver bowl. The only way to chill.
As Louisville dominates the Texas Longhorns in the first half before a huge crowd. 17-0. Marty Lowe is in to replace Jeff Brohm as Howard Schnellenberger gives the sophomore some experience. Reverse to Bailey. Aaron Bailey puts it down inside the 20-yard line of the Longhorns.
I tell you what, you talk about creativity on offense. You bring in a new quarterback, Marty Lowe, give him some confidence. They haven't run to reverse with Bailey much at all this year, so Marty Lowe on his first snap fakes here and hands it off to Aaron Bailey. Now, Bailey has a good wall of blockers, has tremendous speed, and I mean, he is picking them up and laying down, and finally is pushed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Great call once again by the offensive staff.
7:40 first half. Lowe is in the shotgun. 18-yard line of the Longhorns. Handoff Danny Patterson. Patterson tried to find that hole and hit it. He just wasn't there. He may have picked up a yard, maybe two. Winfred Tubbs on the stop, the Texas linebacker. Boy, Texas has been fighting off Cardinals all afternoon. You see when they get the ball inside the 20, we showed it to you earlier, and now let's update it. 13 times, 10 touchdowns, and 2 field goals. Fair to say that Louisville is deadly inside the 20.
Yeah, I'd say the red zone has been hot.
Second down and 8. Lowe with a good fake, but he's trapped and thrown for a loss at the 24. Tyson King, 50. A redshirt freshman at linebacker. More of that youth movement on the Longhorns. Last 2 years, John McAfee's recruiting classes have been ranked in the top 10 of the nation. They're building for something down the road.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Matter of fact, Howard Schnellenberger made an interesting comparison. He said, our players are kind of like the Peace Corps. Nobody really knows much about them or what they do, but they know it's good and they work hard. They're not marquee names. They develop and they believe. They're looking for a challenge. That's not the case at Texas.
It is third down, 16, shotgun Marty Lowe. Escapes trouble. Completes it to Asher into 20. The junior out of Indianapolis gets it back to the 20, but don't forget, they got to get to the 8-yard line to pick up a first down. Fourth down, and David Akers, the place kicker, is back on the field.
Heads-up play by Marty Lowell to elude the rush from Texas and get it to Asher to make this a much better field goal opportunity for Akers. Watch this. You see the scramble by Lowell. That's where he's very similar to Jeff Brohm, and the sure-handed Asher makes the catch.
This time, Akers, who hit a 43-yarder, will try a 36-yarder. No good.
Wide right. Louisville 17.
That one sailed wide on him, and he is no good from 36 yards. And Louisville still leads 17-0.
Maybe he shouldn't have completed that pass. He did better on the long one.
It's 17-0 U of L.
Your customers want you to be more responsive. Your competition already is. With a more flexible phone system, you can be too. Don't buy it. Access it. Essex Service from South Central Bell.
Hey, Dave, we're all set.
Big business power for small business.
I think we got a deal. Done that. It's been there. Tried that. Done it, did it? Done it. Doing it tomorrow. Whoa! Never did it.
You've never done nothing till you do diet do.
Did it, done it, liked it, loved it.
See, there's no doubt the most important tool of the game is the old pigskin.
It's not really pigskin anymore, is it, Don?
No, actually, Steve, we've been using leather footballs for some time now. Matter of fact, if you watch a game, every possession change, the offense can use their own ball. Matter of fact, if it's a wet day, they may use as many as 10 of them.
Kind of like using your own tools when you're working at home.
You got it. Gives you a little mental advantage. Hey, want to throw some?
Yeah, let's pass the old leather. Doesn't quite sound the same, does it?
Brought to you by Levy's, the home team.
With 5.5 minutes left in the first half, Louisville 17, Texas nothing. Cardinals scored 22 seconds into the game and haven't looked back.
Check our LDDS scoreboard. You see the finals. West Virginia over Missouri. Auburn beat Southern Miss. Southern Miss in here in a couple of weeks. And Navy over Bowling Green. So the midshipmen get their second win of the year. Tennessee all over LSU, and Oklahoma in the third by 14 over Tulsa. That's our LDDS scoreboard. LDDS supporting Cardinal Athletics with the Cardinal calling card.
David Akers missed from 36 yards on a field goal try. So Texas first and 10 from the 20. Lorenz was hit by Kendall Brown and finally goes down back on the 8-yard line. Kevin Gaines came in to finish him off. Kendall Brown had him in his grasp and let him get away.
Kendall Brown, 6'3", 245 junior out of the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. He's the guy that creates the havoc here. They let him go. He wraps up Morantz, but Morantz gets away, but then plenty of help from Sumter, Gaines, and company. But Kendall Brown, the guy that slowed up the redshirt freshman, shaved Morantz. And each team now with a sack in the game.
Texas now second down 19, backed up to the Longhorn 11-yard line. Renz tries a little short screen out in the flat. Not quite back to the original line of scrimmage. Harris Roscoe put the finishing touches on it, as Phil Brown, 29, was the receiver. It's going to be third and still about 12 to go.
You know, once again, David, Ty Smith was talking about preventing Morantz from getting any kind of rhythm in his offense, and I think the Cardinal defense has done that. They've created some havoc, put him back some with some sacks. Now he's got a big third and about 12.
5 defensive backs are in. Cavallo has gone out. Lorenz, look, and boy, they had that receiver double team. That was Johnny Frost, 56, Sam Madison, 13, all over Phil Brown. Fourth down, a punting situation, a hand from the crowd.
Madison on the coverage.
Boy, the Louisville defense has frustrated Makovic and Morenz and that whole offensive unit of Texas. A unit that's only scored 3 touchdowns in 2 games. You see Dawkins to receive the punt. You know, ever since Aaron Bailey fair caught one inside the 5-yard line, Dawkins has been fielding punts. Ralph Dawkins did that for a couple of years. It was getting so beat up, doing so much that they gave it to Bailey. What a punt here that takes Dawkins back to the 30. Flag.
Dawkins on the return and a flag on the play.
It's pretty well bet it'll go on Louisville.
Well, Ralph Dawkins will walk it back. I'd like to remind you that my teammate, David Sullivan, will be with the Man with the Pipe each week. Sundays at 10:30 here on Fox 41, the Howard Schnellenberger Show. And if you want to find out what's happening with all of Cardinal Athletics, you can join us Saturdays at 12:30. Bob Rainey will update you on Louisville Today, the sports page. All here on Fox 41, Cardinal Connection.
Well, the penalty was on Louisville, and it's on the Cardinal 20. 3:47 first half. 17-0. So Louisville 80 yards away, and Jeff Brohm is the quarterback. Marty Lowe ran that last series of plays. Fitzpatrick and Dawkins in the backfield. Ferguson and Jackson are the wide out. Zoe Barney at tight end. Handoff. Dawkins up to the 30, very close to a first down. That there by 44 Winfred Tubbs.
I tell you, the offensive line for Louisville has become a real cohesive unit. They are opening some big holes for the running backs, and Ralph Dawkins doesn't need much, but once you get him through here, he really picks up some yardage. You can see that's what he's done. That's not a bad average. Now, keep in mind, that's just rushing. That's not receiving. His receiving number will be much larger than that.
Well, he had 80 yards on a touchdown catch.
That's pretty good average there on one.
Probably, and 25 on another one I can think of. So he's over 100 yards on receiving. Bursting up the middle. Dawkins continues to drive his way into Longhorn territory. He's putting on a show.
Well, this guy led the Cardinals in rushing and receiving his first 2 years, and now he's having a great senior year. Right up the gut. I mean, Ralph Dawkins did not swerve to the left, not to the right, straight ahead, breaking 1 tackle, breaking 2, and finally, watch it from this angle. I mean, this guy, look at that hole. Fitzpatrick, a good block, right up the middle. Nice move there by Ralph Dawkins, that little juke.
Give it to Fitzpatrick on first down. He's up to the 40, just punching out yardage. Robert Reed met him. Fitzpatrick for about 5 yards, 4 or 5, so second down and about 6. 2:42 left in the second quarter. And the shotgun. Ferguson split to the bottom. Hurry it up. Handoff, and that didn't fool anybody as Fitzpatrick was hit by Watkins, the left defensive end, a junior from Irving, Texas. And the clock says 2:07, and it runs towards halftime.
You know,
third down.
The game of football is so much of a guessing game. Jeff trying to check off there at the line of scrimmage. But John Makovic's team right there on that basic 4-3, playing some sound fundamental defense that time. Of course, Coach Makovic, as you mentioned, David, 2 great recruiting classes.
Here is the scramble and the strong throw for Ferguson. Inside the 10 where it is broken up. And that'll bring up 4th down. Joey Ellis was the defender, the good one-on-one coverage man for the Longhorns.
Yeah, the junior out of Tyler, Texas, number 27, covered number 3. Reggie Ferguson well that time as Jeff is trying to crank it up and go for the home run.
Brandon Brookfield ranked 16th in the NCAA stats punting this year, or this week, averaging 43.4 coming in. The junior out of Littleton, Colorado, will be punting it to Mike Adams, 83. And so far, he has been neutralized in this game. Beautiful spiraling punt. Cardinals trying to get it down. They do not. It'll come out to the Longhorn 20 with 1:30 to go in the first half.
46 yards on the punt by Brookfield.
Almost got it from going into the end zone there. Well, we're having a great time with some Cardinal football today, but how about Bart and Company? Thursday at 8 p.m. If you've been wondering when you've seen some new episodes of The Simpsons, the wait is over. Don't miss the fun this Thursday night when George Harrison and David Crosby guest star with Homer, Marge, Bart, and all the rest on the season premiere of The Simpsons.
Well, the Longhorns would like to get a point or two on the scoreboard before halftime. 1:30 to go. Draw play up the middle. Not much there for Phil Brown, the senior fullback. Ben Sumter, 36, on the tackle, and it is going to be second down after a gain of 5.
And a healthy Ben Sumter, really, for the first time since the San Jose State game. He was banged up before the season opener.
Lorenz on 2nd and 5, looking, and he's hit. It's grabbed out of the air. Jim Hanna, the defensive tackle, is at Johnson. Johnson says Hanna got it. Johnson went in there, made the hit. Hanna got the ball, and I'll tell you, an experience of a lifetime for a defensive tackle.
A big play defense. That's what Ty Smith says about the D, that we somehow or another make big plays. And I mean, you talk about pressure creating havoc. And Jim Hanna, an opportunity, as you mentioned, of a lifetime. There you see the pressure by Joe Johnson, and there's Jim Hanna. He says, I got it in my hands. I see the goal line. I have scored a touchdown. That doesn't happen very often for the defensive lineman, and that senior from West Palm Beach gets it done.
1:02 left in the first half. Akers, extra point is good. It's Louisville 24 and Texas nothing. Jim Hanna, he's going to get congratulations from everybody.
This guy worked as an intern for Fox 41 and watched a lot of tape and saw other people do some big things in scoring. He worked with us as a grip in Cardinal basketball games, but he gets the opportunity. But watch Joe Johnson here. Knocks Moran's loose. The ball's in the air. Heads up play by Hanna. Now he says, watch this speed. Big Jim, you had to go about 10 yards. But a nice play by Jim Hanna, and tell me he is not happy.
Well, Hanna didn't hesitate either. Got the ball and went with it.
Yeah, Jim Hanna hit him hard, but they didn't know 95 would get him a touch today, and he did. Good young man, too, David. We've had a chance to talk to him. He just has done a terrific job. That scoring drive, obviously, as a result of that turnover. But Jim Hanna, and again, the Cardinals with the big plays on defense.
Mike Adams will be the lane deep safety for the Longhorns. Cardinal kickoff team with the victory dance. Well, this sellout crowd has got to see some spectacular plays. Offense and defense combining to shut out Texas with 1:02 to go in the first half. Got to keep it on the ground, a squib kick, keep it away from Adams. The halfback, though, gets a good return out up to the 45-yard line. He's hit by Gaines.
Is that amazing? Look at that. First half scoring by Louisville, 99. The opponent's 20. Cardinals have been outscored by 4 in the second half.
Kicking team, penalties refused. First down.
Well, you heard our referee tell us an offside against Louisville decline, but 99 first half points by the Cardinals. It's only 20 for the opposition.
There's only 56 seconds left. John Makovic, we talked just a moment ago. They'd like to get some on the board before halftime, and boom, Hanna strike to the end zone, and it's 24 to nothing. Lorenz from the shotgun. Gets it out here to Brown. He's hit. He's hit by Bridges and Madison, and here goes some flags. Two penalty flags go down, three, all right in a row.
It's going to be a dead ball foul. It's going to be against Roderick Walker. He comes in very, very late. And watch 24, Roderick Walker. It's at the end of this play. You see the screen set up to Brown. Pretty good block there. Looking up. Now play is whistled dead. Now watch here. 24. Boom! Comes in late. That's Walker hitting Kendall Brown. That's why the penalty flags went down.
46 seconds left here in the first half. Ball's at the Longhorns 35 as Walker goes out. First down, 20. Second down and 20. You see him change the down marker on the sideline after that penalty. 40 seconds and counting. See what Texas decides to do with these final seconds. Lorenz looks over to the sideline. I thought they looked confused as to what they would do, so they've called a timeout and stop it at 31. Well, it's a redshirt freshman starting quarterback, and you're going to get instances, I think, of some confusion. Quite a long first half. Second and 20, receiver split high, handoff. They kept it on the ground, and Jackson's going to run the clock down here. Sumter and Hanna stopping Curtis Jackson, 39, a sophomore out of Plano, Texas, 5'10", 192. They can get another play off. They line up.
Third down. Let's go, team!
It's third down. Pass to Mike Adams, 83, is caught. And the time runs out in the first half. John Makovic looking across the field with a question on his face. But the cannon has gone off in the end zone. The clock says no time left in the first half. And what a first half it has been. Don and I'll be back.
I'm tired of sneaking in the back door. We want to drive the stake in their heart. He said, I want to win this thing early. Let's see if they can answer his call.
Freshman David Akers to kick it off. The return man Mike Adams, who's been bottled up so far this afternoon, stands deep to receive. Akers drives Adams back into the end zone. So they have completely neutralized the explosive return man, Mike Adams. And he was most of the Texas Longhorn offense last week against Syracuse.
David, that's twice in a row now that Akers, as you mentioned, neutralizes Michael Adams by kicking it in the end zone.
We have a change at quarterback for Texas to start the second half. A junior, Chad Lucas, out of Katy, Texas. He's thrown 8 times for 19 yards, completed 1 pass. So the starter, Shea Moran's not starting the second half. Hand off to Holmes, off the right side. Can he outrun everybody? Anthony Bridges knocked him out up at the 25 or 26-yard line of Louisville.
Well, I tell you what, the Longhorns didn't waste much time to get it down the old beaten path here. Chad Lucas is a guy, David, that actually pushed Shea Moran for the starting job early, but this is Holmes, and watch the big guy rumble here. Anthony Holmes is 5'10", 192, and a sophomore, and if it's not for Anthony Bridges here with his good hustle, that's a Texas touchdown, but instead they end up at the 26.
14:50. We're 10 seconds into the second half. Howard Stellenberger wants to shut him out early, but Texas has other ideas. The pass complete. The coverage by Darius Watson, 43. Complete to Pinkney, the 6'5", 234-pound receiver.
And a few words between Pinkney and Darius Watson, and also big Trent Elliott comes over, the starting center.
Texas moving the ball quickly down the field. Second down and 2, a pickup of 8 on that pass completion as the Louisville Cardinal defense breaks huddle.
Second down and 2.
Quarterback Chad Lucas, the junior. off to Brown. He gets a block. Brown around the right side, down inside the Louisville 5-yard line for a first down. Big block there by LOVELL, Pigskin number 80 on Ben Sumter to clear the way open.
Texas running the football with authority here. The block you saw right there against Sumter by Pinkney, and that turned it in, and Watson tries to pull down Brown and finally needs to get some help from Sumter, who was blocked from the play initially. Good hustle by Ben. But Texas, I told you, David, they would not lie down. They're right back knocking at the door.
At the Cardinal 4, first down and goal for the Longhorns. Bill Brown in the middle for a yard or two, met by Jim Hannon, a host of Cardinals.
Well, that big run by Anthony Holmes set up good field position and now put the Cardinal defense in a hole. And Texas, you know, feels like they have to score on this possession to try to gain some momentum that they lost very early in this one.
Momentum has been an elusive friend to the Longhorns. 2nd and 3, second and goal from the 3. Nowhere to go. He's stacked up. Leonard Ray led the charge on Phil Brown. 97, Leonard Ray.
Good job by Leonard Ray and that interior front 7. Watch 97 fight off a block there from Dan Neal, 69, and 97. Leonard Ray, yep, he's pumped up. He says, let's stop him here on 3rd and goal.
Madison in, Cavallo is out on defense. 3rd down and goal from the 2. Looking for the pass from the shotgun. Wide, incomplete. 4th down and goal. Pinkney, the receiver in the end zone. The ball was thrown wide.
Well, they bring in the field goal unit for an apparent field goal. Bevo getting the action down by him now, but Pinkney upset. But if Texas comes away with 3 here, as we watch the replay, watch Pinkney. The ball was thrown behind him. He went in, the throw went out from Chad Lucas. And if they could hold Texas to only 3 here, that would be a winning play for the defense.
You bet. Scott Chiaretti, senior place kicker, left footer, 1992 All-Southwest Conference kicker, 20-yarder. Chip shot, and Texas has cracked into the scoring column. They got a long mountain to climb, though. 24-3 Louisville.
Levy's is Kentuckiana's #1 home center because we give you lower prices plus expert advice. Why does Levy sell more Class A fire-resistant ceiling tile? It's probably the variety of patterns. Check the Levy's ad in your paper.
You know, I'm an old-fashioned guy. I believe in giving people more for their money. So not only is everything on Wendy's Super Value menu 99 cents each, but now you can get our country fried steak sandwich. It's delicious and just 99 cents. Great with biggie fries, or try our chili or Caesar side salad. You can only get them at Wendy's. You don't pay more, you just get more. And that's the truth.
Try the country fried steak sandwich on Wendy's 99-cent Super Value menu.
Chrysler LHS so impresses the critics, they praise it wherever they go. To the ballpark, to the theater. With its high-performance engine, leather trim, driver and passenger airbags, ABS, and traction control, all under $31,000, they most often praise it all the way to the bank. Chrysler LHS, the American luxury car, is now in the fast lane at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Levy's is Kentuckiana's #1 home center because we give you lower prices plus expert advice. You can do any plumbing job with the right fittings from LDR and the right start from Levy's. Check the Levy's ad in your paper.
Texas, 7 plays, 77-yard drive, 2:20 off the clock. All they come up with, a 20-yard field goal by Chiaretti.
Howard Schnellenberger, too, as he talks to Craig Swabeck, came over after they held him to that field goal and rallied everybody around him. As we mentioned, he said, I want to get this thing over with, get some breathing room. So John Makovich's team gets the scoring drive, but yet I'm sure he would have much rather had a field goal, but at least he gets his Longhorns on the board for the first time today.
Chiaretti marks off, steps off for his approach to the kick. Aaron Bailey to receive at the goal line. He'll take it about to 2. The speed of Aaron Bailey. Tajay Allen knocked him out of bounds.
Well, that helps your offense tremendously because Aaron Bailey, who sees the football field tremendously. He does not hesitate, looks for the wall, finds that little seam, and now it's just a foot race. He cuts it to the outside, and finally he is chased down by Allen from behind, but Aaron Bailey with that burst of speed, always a danger when he touches the football.
43-yard kickoff return by Bailey, who's one of the national leaders in kick returns. First down and 10. Dawkins. Boy, he just found the hole. I don't think there was really much there, but he made a 5-yard gain. Robert Reed, 40, was the man who tackled him for Texas.
This guy smells yardage. I mean, there's nothing there, and all of a sudden he just starts looking around. There's the national ranking for the Cardinals: 3rd in punt returns, 4th in kickoff returns, but turnover ratio even more important, a +12 now after that first half. It was +10. Oklahoma, before today, was the only team ahead of Louisville in giveaways, takeaways.
Second down and 5 from midfield. Fitzpatrick on the pitch is hit for a loss. Number 1 from the left defensive end, Morton Watkins, junior out of Irving, Texas.
A very explosive, aggressive defensive end. Big Norman Watkins made a nice play. Texas as a team gives up about 28.5 points a game, 479 yards. As we mentioned and talked about a couple of times, there, however, are about 6 players that are true freshmen that get a lot of clock on that Texas defense.
Cook is split to the bottom, Bailey to the top. Brohm over the middle. Tried to hit Jamie Asher, the tight end. 4th down. Asher's had quite an afternoon.
Yeah, he was there. It looked like Jeff threw the ball behind him. But Asher was open, and Brohm, who more often than not has been accurate, can't get the completion, and now you have to deal with Mike Adams on the punt return.
Brandon Brookfield averaging today on 3 punts, just a shade over 41 yards. Another low snap, but he got it out. Here's Adams. To the 20. Good kick coverage by the Cardinals, led by Marcus Hill, number 35.
Excellent coverage. Anwar Bell also in on that play, David, and Adams was just 1 rock away from getting big yardage.
We'll be back.
Well, there ain't no doubt about the power of blue. Got the airborne thrust of rocket fuel. Get out of that chair. Get out, get in the air. Vertical with the power of blue. It's vertical. Vertical with the power of blue.
I've got some good news, and then I've got some great news. The good news is, now's the time to see your Lincoln Mercury dealer. The great news is this.
It's model year closeout, and that means great savings on Mercury Sable, 6-passenger comfort, standard dual airbags, and more. Save on Cougar XR7, more standard features for a price less than 4 years ago. Great news during model year closeout.
Whoever said no news is good news probably isn't watching right now. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
Hurry into Circuit City now for unbeatable low prices and 0% interest for 6 months on top brand audio, video, computers, and more. Get this GE 25-inch TV, just $279.97. Get a free Zenith Hi-Fi VCR when you buy any projection TV. Get this Packard Bell 486SX, just $877.97. And all Onkyo, Kenwood, and Sony audio is on sale. Get unbeatable low prices and 0% for 6 months.
Welcome to Circuit City, where service is state-of-the-art.
Louisville leads Texas Texas by 21, just under 11 minutes, third quarter.
An update on our LDDS scoreboard. The finals, West Virginia a winner, Auburn a winner, Navy, Southern Miss and Navy both coming in here in a couple of weeks into Cardinal Stadium. Tennessee over LSU and Oklahoma leading Tulsa in the fourth. And LDDS supports Cardinal Athletics with a Caldner calling card here. And, well, there's some Longhorn fans here. The eyes of Texas are upon you. Well, the eyes are not bright right now. They might be a wee bit tearful.
It's been a long struggle so far for the Longhorns. Chad Lucas, the second-string quarterback, starting the second half. He moved them well on the first possession for a field goal. Complete. Up over the 30 for a first down. Ben Sumter, the defender. Phil Brown, 29, the fullback. Now, here's a fullback that's the leading receiver for the Longhorns. At least he was last year, a 3-year letterman.
Yep. Had 5 receptions coming into this game. And Chad Lucas was a guy that actually, David, for Texas was recruited as both a quarterback and a linebacker. Now you say, how could a quarterback be both? Well, he's 6'2", 225. So he has the size, but he is at the quarterback position.
It is 24-3 Louisville over Texas in the third quarter. 10.5 minutes to go. Second down. Lucas throwing upfield and a man open.
Pass intended for Hakes.
The pass, which was intended for 84 Hakes, Adams was out there. Cavallo, really.
He threw it in between them.
It just went nowhere.
Yeah, he had 2 receivers there. Good coverage by Louisville, but Lucas, who reminds you a lot in stature of a Jim Kelly, a big, strong kid with a good, strong arm, but he's a junior, and as I mentioned, John Makovic indicated he really battled Moran for the starting job before the season started.
Second and 10. And Joe Johnson ran across the line of scrimmage, and the penalty markers and the whistles sound to blow the play dead. So Joe Johnson jumped offside.
Yeah, Joe was over there on the sideline on the first series with Ty Smith and Howard Schnellenberger. He suffered a knee strain or slight bruise in the first half. They put a brace on it, from what we understand. And Joe got right back in there, a little bit too anxious as Louisville picks up its 4th penalty of the day.
Nowhere near the number of penalties we've seen in a couple of earlier ball games this year. 2nd and 5. Of Pinkney, number 80.
Pass intended for Pinkney.
Gaines was on coverage.
He zipped that baby out there.
He did. He had a lot on it.
Pinkney went up to try to get it. I mean, that ball was there in a heartbeat. And now a big third down play, and that'll get the crowd going. It's been a good crowd today. They've been into it from the get-go.
Louisville mixing up the defenses and faking a blitz and trying to keep this backup quarterback Lucas a little off balance as he shifts to the shotgun. Third down. Joe Johnson hits him as he releases the ball incomplete. Credit Joe Johnson with that play.
Joe was a little bit quick earlier, but this time goes right on the money. Watch 94. The pros already like him. Watch Lucas. He is just slung down by one arm from Joe Johnson, making him rush the throw. So Joe, he's back in there. Joe Johnson, feel the heat. You better believe you feel the heat today.
6'3", 250-pound Joe Johnson, a junior. 10 sacks and 20 tackles coming into today's game. Dawkins to receive. At the 20, it'll hit, and he'll let it bounce back. And this is going to back Louisville up. Texas hits it, and it goes through the end zone. Touchback.
Oh, I tell you what.
They had that.
Yeah, they did.
Let it get away.
You have to stop it. You can't just touch it. That's why it looked like, first of all, A, Ralph Dawkins made a critical mistake by not fielding that. And then B, an opportunity for Texas to really back Louisville up inside their 10. But they can't stop it.
That was the tight end, 81, John Fike. And John Makovic still teaching on the sidelines as Texas will try to stop Louisville now as the Cardinals started from the 20 with 10:04 to go in the third quarter here at a packed Cardinal Stadium. Jeff Brohm, long for Cook. Oh, what a catch! What a catch! And Cook asked for and receives a lot of applause. That was one heck of a play.
I mean, Jeff Brohm had plenty of time. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 1,005. I mean, he could have gone and got a Pepsi and come back. Now watch the concentration. Good coverage, but Cook looks it in. You got that right. Sure hand. And he has a lot of pride. That's pretty. Different angle, same result.
First down from the 31 of the Longhorns. On the ground. Dawkins inside the 20. Ellis, Howard from the secondary on the tackle. And Louisville has a first down at the Texas 20. The bomb to Cook from Brohm.
I tell you what, Jeff Brohm opening up a lot of eyes this year among all the so-called collegiate football experts. The day he walked on this campus, he had pressure on his back you would not believe. Player of the decade, had some tough injuries, got behind Browning Nagel, and he is making the most of this senior year as we get a timeout here, I think, called by Louisville. A little bit of confusion.
Well, Shellman had come out of the game, and now Dawkins will come over to the sideline. So they're shuffling personnel as Brohm will talk during the timeout with the coaching staff.
At the Spaghetti Shop, we make real Italian. Authentic great taste to feed your family. Only the highest quality made fresh every day. The Spaghetti Shop specialty is our bucket to feed a family of 4. Spaghetti, fettuccine, ravioli, rigatoni, or pasta primavera, and fresh baked bread. It's ready when you are. Right now.
Real Italian, the Spaghetti Shop. Real Italian, real fresh.
Eat in or carry out.
I don't think you can find better hospitals. Actually, Norton and Kosare Children's are both part of the Alliance Health System. Yeah, you know, Jason was born at Norton. Oh, Kosare Children's? They're in a league all their own. Oh, yeah, and Dave had outpatient surgery at Alliance Medical Pavilion. Yeah. Oh, look, if it were anyone in my family, I wouldn't want them anywhere except Alliance. Oh, no, it's good to ask now. Yeah, because you never know. Oh, I gotta go.
Alliant Health System, where wonders never cease.
Everything about the new Chrysler New Yorker seems to all the automotive press. Revolutionary cab-forward design. The 24-valve V6 engine. Even the price, under $26,000. And what do we have to say about it? Chrysler New Yorker. The American luxury car is now in the fast lane at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Well, Don Harden's women's volleyball team has become a dominant team in the Metro Conference, and you talk about some great matches coming up at Cardinal Arena. Tennessee in on the 3rd at 2 p.m. on Sunday, October 13th. The undefeated Kentucky volleyball team at 7. Tickets available at the ticket office or on campus at the Student Activities Center.
9 minutes, 8 seconds in the third. 24-3 Louisville leading the Texas Longhorns. Shellman in the backfield with Fitzpatrick. This is Anthony Shellman. A 19-yard touchdown run by Shellman. It's all set up by the Brohm to Cook pass play.
Anthony giving grace, coming right at you. Grab that Pepsi and that Big Mac, and 29 is rolling right at you right here, I'll tell you. High stepping it. Great mixing up of the offense by Louisville today, and Anthony Shellman takes it in for the score.
His third touchdown of the season. Junior running back out of Bradenton, Florida. The freshman place kicker, Akers. Louisville 31 and Texas 3.
Boy, that was nice, and we'd like to tip our cap to the guys in the truck for great camera work of watching that run by Anthony Shellman. Kevin Cook also gave him a good block. Boy, what a duo now with Dawkins and Shellman. They're both very different type of runners, David, but both get great results.
So at 19-yard run, it was just 3 plays and a short and effective drive.
I mean, I guarantee you there are some folks looking at this score, and they're surprised. The Cardinals next week go on the road to Pittsburgh. Johnny Majors, the returns to Pitt as the head football coach. Our coverage begins at 8 p.m. here on Fox 41. The Cards and the Panthers next Saturday night at 8. But a lot of people watching college football today. We're glad you're watching us live on Fox 41. Well, the word is spreading quickly, David. This Cardinal football team is for real.
Yeah, they're no fluke. They have shown that they can play with anybody in the country so far. Averaging 40 points a game, which puts them up near the top of the country, and they're ranked number 9 going into this game in the NCAA stats for scoring per game.
And they got 31 now with 9:02 left on the Cardinal Stadium clock here in the third quarter.
Akers will kick. Mike Adams is deep to receive it. This one's a little bit shorter. That was Johnny Frost, and he let Adams feel it all. Head to toe.
I tell you what, they give a boat award. Quinn got it last week. Johnny Frost, you're a candidate for the boat award. Hello! Adams says, I'm going to run up the middle, and Frost says, not, with a capital N.
Well, I tell you, Bevo has just hit the dirt. The big mascot of the Longhorns is down on the floor.
Yeah, that even floored Bevo over there. Bevo's laying down, said, hey, I'm tired of watching this stuff.
I heard a lowering the boom, but that was something by Frost. Try to set up the screen. Outside here to Brown. He got maybe a yard, not much. CAVALLO and Leonard Ray.
David, it's really funny. There's Bevo. Bevo says, yeah, I've had enough of this. My offense laying down, I'm going to join them. I'm going to take a seat right with them. And he's doing that. Ralph Dawkins, now he's not on his LDDS long distance line. He's on a phone call to heaven right now. It's been that kind of day.
Roman Oben, 72, and other Cardinals on the bench right now are sure celebrating this afternoon. Defense will not give Brown an inch. That's Leonard Ray, and of course, they got Texas backed up in this end of the end zone, which is the crunch zone. Aptly named.
Well, some light rain falling. The ponchos are on. Actually, if you look at the crowd, there's the good shot at the crunch zone. It's just turned fall, of course. A lot of multicolored ponchos in the stands, but these people have remained here, and rain or not, they're seeing some awesome football today.
A lot of time, 7:48 in the third quarter. This is 3rd and 8. He's open, and he did not get the pass out there to him. Adams was wide open, and Chad Lucas underthrew it.
Boy, he was open. He had all day to throw the football, too. They're double-teaming Joe Johnson. That gave Lucas a lot of time to throw, but it didn't help, despite the fact that Adams was open, and now John Makovic talking to Brockermeyer, Blake Blockermeyer, the right tackle.
Standing back at his 5-yard line, the punter, Dwayne Bassick. The Cardinals really put the rush on it. Bassick got a booming punt away. Dawkins fumbled it. Got back on it. Ralph Dawkins has taken over the punt return chores here this game.
You know, I think you hit it on the head. Earlier in the game when Aaron Bailey fielded that ball inside the 10-yard line, Howard Schnellenberger made that change, and I think he's trying to tell Anthony, you got a lesson to learn, senior or not. The Cardinal Caravan will be cranking it up once again as the Louisville Cardinals go on the road, and we'll hope you'll join us for Cardinal action on the road to West Virginia, Mountaineer Country, then on to Tennessee. Call travel specialist.
University of Louisville with Brohm back to throw, and he's going long. Man's open. Ferguson. Reggie Ferguson inside the 10-yard line. Van Malone got him. Let's make it the 9, the 8-yard line.
A reprieve for Reggie Ferguson. He made a great catch earlier, had a touchdown taken away because of a holding penalty. But does that bother this guy? No. Look, Brohm looks right. Now he wheels to the left, and he finds Ferguson, who came back, made the catch. What's that nifty move? Now Ferguson is headed toward the goal line. Texas recovers, and finally Malone gets a piece of him. Great execution there by Brohm and Ferguson and Reggie out of Jacksonville. And once again, offensive line did its job.
Don Brohm has got to be building some great numbers in this game statistically. Patterson is into the backfield with Dawkins. Dawkins gets a few yards inside the 10 and went for Tubbs. They're all Southwest Conference candidate linebacker. Made the stop.
Look at that total offense, 432 to 168. The Cardinals, as I mentioned, averaging 405 a game, already over that total. And we got 6.5 minutes and change left here in the third quarter.
Louisville is knocking on the door again, up 31 to 3 on Texas. Brohm on the scramble. Lofts it over the head of Dawkins. The play did not unfold. Tubbs putting the pressure on Brohm.
Tell you what, our statistician Andy Dumstorf's wearing out his pen over here with his stats today, I think. Good elusive play by Brohm nonetheless. He created at least an opportunity there, but couldn't cash in, and now Jeff looking over to the sideline for the next play.
That is really one of the very few incomplete passes we've seen.
Well, that McDonald's third quarter graphic tells the whole story. A lot of people are checking their ticker takes across the country right now and saying, that must be a mistake. Of course, a tie against highly rated Syracuse in Austin a week ago.
They go to the shotgun. To the end zone for Cook. Just out of his reach.
Pass intended for Kevin Cook.
Field goal team will come on. The Cardinals did not get it into the end zone. 4th down and 8.
Well, if you're sitting at home, once again, grab onto that Pepsi because this one's coming right at you. Right idea, good route, good idea on the throw. Ellis really with pretty good coverage. That had to be a perfect throw. And Brohm a little bit too tall. But once again, Jeff Brohm today is yet to throw an interception. He has thrown just one interception this entire season, and he is winging it, too.
Akers, 25-yard field goal attempt. It's good. Akers hits another field goal, his second of the afternoon. And Louisville leads by 31, 34 to 3. They were 7-point favorites coming into this game at Cardinal Stadium.
Well, the Cardinal bird down there. Of course, we got the gorilla that's running loose in the stadium as well. And a lot of people having a good time here today. The fund drive, as we mentioned, actually is around that $12 million mark now. And I tell you what, if you're watching this game today and you haven't gotten your tickets for the new stadium, you need to act now because the team deserves your support. 502-588-5732 is the number to call for your seat opportunities. Now, October 1st is that all-important deadline because you lose all priority after that, and the pricing will change. So the athletic department standing by to help you. Somebody needs to help the Cardinal bird as he heads up into the crunch zone. What? Almost knocked somebody's Budweiser off there.
Well, plenty to celebrate about. Bevo's still taking a break.
Bevo says, hey, wait a minute. Until the offense gets going, I'm going to stay down.
He had a long trailer trip up here from Austin. He's tired.
He's going to have a longer one back.
5 plays. They moved 57 yards. The field goal from 25 yards by Akers. Puts his leg into this kick to Adams out of the end zone. Ain't going to try it. Not worth it.
Tell you what, after a kicker makes the field goal, they get pumped up, and they get out there on a kickoff, and they want to kick the ball again, and they don't have to worry about accuracy that much. And David Akers, just week after week, continues to improve. And I got news for you. By the time that young Lexingtonian leaves the University of Louisville, his numbers as a place kicker will be very impressive. Very solid.
Nailed a couple of field goals here today, one in the opening game at San Jose State. First down, Longhorns from their 20. He was nailed, Mike Adams, by Bridges as the ball arrived.
Looking to pass intended for Adams.
Anthony Bridges turning in some stellar plays.
And Anthony shaking his head said, hey, I don't care what they say about you, Mike Adams. Very windy, as you see one of the videographers on the top of the Cardinals Stadium, the wind blowing, the Cardinal flags around. Still light rain falling, but the folks enjoying this one.
Ed Pinkney split down to the bottom of the screen. Clock inside 6 minutes in the third quarter. Texas trying to get some offense. Incomplete to Pinkney. Out of his hands. He was open. LOVELL Pinkney came in averaging 18.5 yards a catch and had a touchdown to his credit.
And, David, I think the key for Louisville defensively is not necessarily a lot of sacks. Once again, the pressure. You see Fanning come in this time. Ty Smith says, we got to keep the quarterbacks off rhythm, and that's what they're doing. As a result, a 3-step drop, so he threw it behind Pinkney, who was open. So John Makovic's quarterbacks have not been getting a lot of time to get any type of rhythm.
Cardinals go to the nickel defense. Sam Madison in at defensive back to give them 5 defenders. Pass is caught out of bounds by 22, Justin McLemore, a junior, out of Waxahachie, Texas. Bridges on the coverage.
Out of where?
Don't make me say it twice.
Sounded good to me.
Waxahachie.
Okay. Well, once again, the defense does its job. Now, this time, Aaron Bailey's going to field the punt. So I guess he's out of the doghouse now.
Bailey inside the Louisville 40 as Vasic is going to punt from his 6. Bad punt. Bailey's going to let it go. And it'll be at the 31-yard line when it stops rolling. So the Cardinals will put the ball in play from the UofL 41-yard line. Let's look at the comparison of what the two quarterbacks did. Of course, Lucas did not play the first half. He's been in the second half for Texas.
I tell you what, and I tell you, Colorado was a team with Cordell Stewart, an outstanding quarterback. Marvin Graves from Syracuse, an outstanding quarterback. And Texas, again today, seeing one in Jeff Brohm. Look at that, 10 out of 18, 263. But once again, no INTs. That's the important statistic there.
Flags and the...
legal procedure.
Dead ball, legal procedure, offense, first down.
1st and 15.
Howard Schnellenberger has been working the sideline as usual. Been wet today, but I'm sure he's not minding that one bit at this point.
5.5 minutes in the third quarter. Louisville leads Texas 34-3. First down at the 27. The reverse. Wally Cooper, and he is down over at the 25. He didn't get much on that. Probably lost a couple.
By Reed.
Wally Cooper, a freshman out of Florence, Alabama.
Yeah, and they like him and think he's going to be one of the guys that'll step up in a wide receiver position. Had success earlier in the game with this and Aaron Bailey, but there Jamie Asher trying to help. Cooper decided to go to the outside instead of the inside. That allowed the Texas defense to converge on him.
Brohm from the shotgun. Second and long, complete. That's to Fitzpatrick, the fullback, brought down by 63, Chris Rapp, and 90, Thomas Baskin, and there is a preliminary indication of a face mask penalty on the Longhorns.
That's it. I tell you what, watch Fitz here. He's getting more and more a part of the offense. Little dump off to Chris Fitzpatrick here. And he takes it up, carries the football, hangs onto it, and then the face mask came in against the defense.
Contact. Second down.
So it's a 5-yard penalty that will be tacked on.
You know, John Makovic, for a head football coach, is a very composed man. Standing on the sideline, his football team being drilled right now by Louisville, 34-3.
Well, you know, Paul Brown and Tom Landry, I guess you would say, in his coaching career have been his idols, so to speak. And if you think of both of those guys, they were somewhat like that. Very serious on the sideline, but never showed a lot of emotion.
A little bit of rain coming down at Cardinal Stadium. This is Anthony Shelby. He fumbles the ball. Looks like Texas may have it. Longhorns get one of their few breaks of the afternoon at the Louisville 43.
First Louisville turnover in the game.
Well, we just remarked that the rain was starting to come down.
Watch it. On the delay. Shellman trying to get outside, and it's stripped right there. Nice play by the defense. It was stripped by Thomas Baskin, a junior college All-American.
That was the recovery.
Right, and Rapp came up with a recovery of that, but it was Baskin, number 90, that made it happen.
Sam Madison comes into the defensive backfield. They'll have 5 defensive backs in the game as CAVALLO goes to the sideline. First down and 10 for the Longhorns, 42-yard line of Louisville, 4:24, third quarter. At Holmes, 33, hit by Hanna, 95 for a short gain.
Well, we saw Holmes earlier set up what has been up to this point the only scoring drive for Texas with that 50-yard plus burst early in this third quarter that Texas had to settle for a field goal, and that has been the Longhorns' only point production up to this point.
Second down and 10, 3:53 to go, third quarter, 34-3 Louisville leads. Texas trying to get on the scoreboard for their first touchdown of the day. Lucas over the middle, and it is complete to LOVELL Pinkney. LOVELL Pinkney hit by Gaines at the 25. They'll mark it at maybe the 24.
LOVELL getting a little pumped up here. He's been pretty much held in check today. But watch the end of this play. Once again, the double team on Joe Johnson. Nice throw. The big guy at 6'5", 238, goes up to get it, and he said, yeah, I finally got one here. And that was in the middle of 4 Cardinals. But this guy, Pinkney, as I mentioned, unmatched speed, strength, and size. Top receiver a year ago.
First down from the Cardinal 25 for Texas. Longhorns trying to get their first touchdown of this game. Louisville showing blitz. Lucas for Pinkney. He caught it. And Gaines was really disgusted with himself. Pinkney turned around, made the catch, and a flag has been thrown in the end zone.
He spiked it.
For the spiking.
He's not in the NFL yet. LOVELL got a little bit excited there. Cardinals had everybody up here. I mean, man coverage obviously out of this, and Gaines tries to cover Pinkney. It's actually underthrown a bit. Pinkney does a good job of coming in, make the catch. Now watch LOVELL. Well, wait a minute, big guy. You're not in the NFL. That'll cost you some yardage right now. Same play. Gaines tried to get in front, but Pinkney. Well, you're going to have a chance to do that in a few years, but not now.
Our question is now the penalty.
I think the question is when they're going to mark it off. When?
Exactly.
Howard Schnellenberger wants it on the extra point, but I think that's where they should put it. I think he was concerned that they may do it on the kickoff, but they're going to mark
Red ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the offensive team, spiking the ball in the end zone. Penalty be enforced on a kickoff.
Oh, they are going to do it on the kickoff. That's what Howard Schnellenberger was complaining about. Of course, that's normally where that takes place.
Thomas Thamert, the referee out of the Big East today. They're going to go or line up at least for the one-point conversion. See the scoring drive for the Longhorns, their first touchdown today. Chiaretti with the point after. It's good, and Louisville now 34-10. 3:12 to go in the third quarter.
LOVELL Pinkney has started his own game with the Cardinal fans on the far side of the field. John Makovic got all over him for spiking the ball, and then Pinkney went over taunting the fans a little bit. Well, each week, Coach Howard Snellenberger, WRK Radio and LDDS, your host John Ramsey, the coach of the Sideline Luncheons, Tuesday at noon. Tickets are only $10. That's the number for information. If you work downtown or want to come downtown each Tuesday, it's always a lot of fun and entertaining on that Pepsi preview. Howard Snellenberger not happy by that turn of events as Texas gets its first touchdown of the game.
Well, you can see the head coach talking to his offense as they prepare to go in and receive this kick. 3:12 to go in the third quarter, so still quite a bit of time to play here at Cardinal Stadium. Light rain has been falling, and it really has not dampened any spirits of fans here today. They have seen really just some spectacular football by Louisville. Now the kickoff will come back from the 20-yard line. That's where it's going to be teed up. So that's a healthy penalty.
Yeah, it is indeed a major penalty. And as I mentioned, LOVELL Pinkney was really chewed out by John Makovic, but he is out there on the kickoff team now. And he went over and started taunting some of the Cardinal fans. And there's a good look. Very talented, but yet emotional player. You see a great average. Had a tough childhood. He says his high school coach, Willie Smith, kept him out of the gutter. Has a great future, but needs to control his temper.
He's a sophomore, one of the younger members of the Longhorns. Bounces up to Bailey. With speed, he just about was able to turn that corner, but Bailey was tripped up and comes down around the 40-yard line. Cardinals, nonetheless, with good field position as they come out onto the field with 3:06 to go. Third quarter, 34-10 lead. Louisville over Texas.
Well, it's a game of momentum, obviously, even though Louisville has the comfortable lead. Howard Snellenberger in his press conference each week talks about being such a game of momentum where when something happens, he needs the other part of the game to come up and help the other side. That's what the offense needs to do.
Cook and Ferguson are the wideouts. Here's the screen, and it's incomplete. Texas has been burned on that play twice badly today, once for a touchdown, the other time for about 25 yards. 2nd and 10 now. Jeff Brohm stringing together another impressive performance.
There's no doubt, David, if you look at Jeff Brohm's numbers this year, makes a huge difference the fact that he didn't play baseball. He spent a lot of time watching film, working out, getting stronger, losing body fat, but he is just on it and has been from the get-go.
Focused on football. Dawkins. Dawkins is hit, spins forward, and he's going to be close to where the first down was. Texas is signaling that the ball came loose, and they've got it. The officials are waving it off, calling a timeout. Let's see what the officials are going to rule. Looks like they want to measure for the first down. They're calling for the change to come in, so there's no question about possession of the football.
Yeah, there's not at all. Texas indicating they had it, but...
You know, Don, Dawkins was hit short of the first down, but he spun and went for the additional yardage to try to... He knew exactly where he needed to get for that first down.
And that's what the Louisville coaching staff talks about, David, when they talk about Ralph Dawkins. We mentioned that statistic that they keep as they stretch out the change here. Yardage after being hit. And Ralph Dawkins, who gets the first down, is so good at that. Doesn't matter when you hit him, the end result is what happens. And Ralph, more often than not, gets the better of it.
5th largest in history today's attendance officially, 38,492.
And officially a sellout as well.
The ball's at the 48 for a first down and 10 after Dawkins' run. Clock at 2.5 in the third quarter. Cardinals leading 34-10. Here's Dawkins on the draw play. He's got another first down. Into Longhorn territory at the 42. Chris Carter and Van Malone, the safeties, come up to stop Dawkins.
David, that looked like everybody was offside for Texas, but no flag. Watch it. Looked like a couple of Longhorns jumping. Ralph Dawkins said, hey, I didn't hear a whistle. Give me the ball. So he takes it. Watch the block here by Kevin Cook, trying to help out. Just got a piece of him. And as a result, good defensive play by Chris Carter.
Well, this is Dawkins' best running day of the season. 10.3 average per carry.
And that's his rushing yardage. He has a lot of receiving yardage as well.
And he's had some good blocking in front of him off this offensive line. Pitch to Dawkins.
Ralph Dawkins.
He gets a couple of yards, knocked out by Jason Reeves, a sophomore.
That's it.
You know, Howard Snellenberger called Ralph Dawkins the most complete back he's ever coached. Now, he's talking about the fact that he's a good blocker. He obviously can run the football, and he does a lot of things as a receiver. He said, I've had a lot of great backs, but he says he's just so complete and really doesn't have a weakness in his game. And I think also, David, we lose sight of the fact sometimes that last year and even the year before, he played hurt most of the time, and yet still has not missed a start.
He's still in there. Fitzpatrick at fullback on 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick, he's a determined runner. You know, when Texas has the safeties coming up to make the stops, at Louisville's punching the ball right down the football field.
Yeah, and Chris Fitzpatrick, you know, here's a guy that's not big, but he's strong. A lot of determination in his running. He's a tough customer, and he's really had to pick up the slack, David, because Rod Strickland, once again, another talented fullback, is out of this game with an injury. So this guy, Fitzpatrick, scored a couple of touchdowns the last 2 weeks.
Rain a little heavier now. It's a first down after the run by Fitzpatrick. Throw to Cook. Just short of the 20.
To Kevin Cook.
Hit by Joey Ellis, 27.
Tackled by Ellis.
Second down. Kevin Cook came into this game. He had 6 catches and 3 touchdowns. He didn't get a touchdown, but he had the most spectacular catch of the day, not counting Reggie Ferguson's that was wiped out by a penalty. 55 seconds and counting as the clock moves in the third quarter. Louisville again threatens to score on Texas. Shotgun handoff Dawkins. Weaves his way to maybe the 19. He'll be a yard short of a first down, hit there by Robert Reed. Third down coming up. We've got man down, Roman Oben, number 72, the sophomore offensive lineman who's 6'4", 275 out of Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and Roman has been a real mainstay. Of course, throws the shot put on the track team. Great pass blocker. 6'4", 275, and the most important statistic for him, if you're Danny Hope especially, is he's a sophomore. Looks like it's his left ankle. He's trying to move it around a little bit. Dr. Shea and the Cardinal training staff look him over.
Maybe an ankle sprain for Roman Oben, who'll come to the sidelines. Got 27 seconds to play in the third quarter. Louisville 34-10 over Texas. And now the Cardinals on this drive have a third down, 2 to go.
John Price is the replacement. Well, that tells you the story. Garbage bags are multi-purpose. The wind and the rain here in Cardinal Stadium, but it has not dampened these fans because it's been a Cardinal afternoon at this point.
Louisville needs 2 yards for a first down. Throw to Asher. It's complete at the 12-yard line. Texas argues it was incomplete. But it's a complete pass to the Texas 12. First down, Louisville.
And Jamie Asher, once again, you can see that's not perspiration, that's rain on the arms of the players now. That's how heavily it has been raining. Howard Snellenberger does not have the hat on. Jeff Brohm now is going to talk to his coach. This quarter's not over yet.
There's 1 second in the third quarter. Everybody started moving the other end of the field, and the officials just whistled them back. 1 second to go. Now what are they going to do? First down at the Texas 10-yard line.
Now they'll let them move.
Now they moved the 1 second off, made everybody move down there. Let's go the other end.
The end of the third quarter.
Weird. Louisville, 34. Texas, 10. Back to Cardinal Stadium in a minute.
You can't always play your best, but you can look your best. This exclusive television offer gives all Cardinal fans the latest in golf accessories, and they make great gifts, like this golf jacket, perfect on or off the course in the fall and spring months. These fashionable golf hats shade your face and let the air flow through. Don't head to the first tee without your official Cardinal putter or these top-flight golf balls with the Cardinal logos. Order your official Cardinal golf merchandise today. Don't play around with anything else.
It's a Nissan dealer race to the finish. Firely Nissan out front with Neil Huffman closing fast. There's Bales Nissan coming up on the outside. No, it's Montgomery going for the inside. And the winner is you. You win if you race to your nearest Nissan dealer. Nissans have never been this low before, and they have to make room for 94 inventory. Every new car test drive will receive one free go-kart ride at Kart Country. Race quickly to get the best deal on a Nissan and a free go-kart ride. Kentucky and a Nissan and you, a winning combination. In celebration of the 75th anniversary of Cardinal football, Great Financial Federal presents Great Moments in UofL football history. On January 1st, 1991, in the Sunkist Fiesta Bowl, senior quarterback Brownie Nagel had a record-setting performance in Louisville's 34-7 win over favored Alabama. Nagel threw for a Fiesta Bowl record 451 yards, completing 20 of 33 passes and 3 touchdowns, and went on to be the first-round draft choice of the New York Jets.
At Great Financial Federal, we believe that every successful venture begins with a vision. To some, this is just an open field. To others, it's the vision of great things to come. Great Financial Federal is proud to participate in the continuing tradition of greatness at UofL. Join with us at Great Financial Federal as we proudly catch the vision. Call today and find out how you can support the UofL Stadium.
We'd like to remind you the fourth quarter of today's game, David, is brought to you by Alliant Health System, where wonders never cease. And Bevo, I think, is going to retire for the day, and the Cardinal fans are waving goodbye to Bevo.
Bye-bye, Bevo.
You know what? If I was Bevo, I think I'd get on the charter and let the players go in the trailer back to Austin.
It's the start of the fourth quarter. Louisville's drive is at the 12. First down.
1st and 10.
Aaron Bailey is number 6 to the bottom of your screen. Fitzpatrick up the middle, plowing his way inside the 10.
Carter and Tubb on the stop protection.
You know, Fitz came into the game today, David, with only 29 yards total rushing. Scored a touchdown last week against Arizona State. But as we showed you earlier, he's picked up some pretty good yardage today in tough, short yardage situations, and has scored a touchdown as well.
So Louisville threatens to score again on the Longhorn defense. 2nd down and 6. Needs a 2 for a first down. The completion, and Asher reaching for the goal line was a little bit short.
That's the 1.
But I think they get a first down.
Oh, yeah. They needed the 2.
Yep.
He's at the 1.
Here's Brohm getting some pressure from the outside. Now watch Asher make the catch. Malone has him. He stretches out, and Jamie just can't get it across that plane. So they'll spot it inside the 1.
And Jamie's 6'3".
Watch Anthony Shellman. I would bet AS might get the ball here and go over the top. What do you think?
29 Shellman. He's got a good vertical leap. The leap. Shellman. 2 touchdowns today for Anthony Shellman. 13:54 of the fourth quarter. Louisville 40, Texas 10.
Well, the Cardinals have reached reach their average. Now watch Shellman. Good explosion off the line. Fitzpatrick in front. And Anthony with that great vertical leap just takes it up and over. Different angle. Watch the lead block up front by Fitzpatrick. And there's the flop. And the touchdown. I like him.
Akers tacks on the extra point, and it's Louisville 41, Texas 10. The Cardinals pouring it on.
Levy's is Kentuckiana's #1 home center because we give you lower prices plus expert advice. Install a first-quality Lialco storm door the first time with a little help from Levy's. Check the Levy's ad in your paper.
The folks at Lincoln Mercury wanted me to tell you about the great things happening at your Lincoln Mercury dealer, but I'd rather show you.
It's model year closeout at your Lincoln Mercury dealers. The best time to save big, really big, on every Mercury in stock. Grand Marquis, Sable, Cougar, Tracer, Topaz, even Villager. But hurry, model year closeout closes soon.
If I were you, I'd stop watching television and get down to your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
Hurry, model year closeout ends soon.
Levy's is Kentuckiana's #1 home center because only Levy's gives you lower prices plus expert advice. Install your own stylish and functional Elger faucet with a little help from Levy's. Check your paper for the Levy's sale going on now.
Sunday, has Al Bundy's luck finally changed?
God, I love you. I hope those are chips in your pocket.
Married with children. Then it's Al Mitchell versus the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Oh, I know how to clear the room. Immigration!
And this time...
Are you here on DMV business?
No, I'm the male stripper for the guys in the back.
It's war.
Who works here? People who can't pass the post office tax?
Daddy Dearest.
Sunday night at 9 on Fox 41.
It has turned out to be an awful long afternoon for the Longhorns. Louisville 41, Texas 10, and just under 14 minutes left to play in the game, Doc.
Yeah, you see the scoring drive by Louisville. Shellman capped it off, but once again, a lot of good mixing it up, good running, some timely passing, and Cardinals have done a great job of keeping Mike Adams in check today, and one of the reasons is that young guy, David Akers, has put a couple of them in the end zone, and the one that he didn't had great height, allowing good coverage.
Akers with a booming kick. Adams from the 1. He has been hit hard on a couple of these attempted kick returns today. And he was hit pretty hard on that particular return. Hit by Tony Bethel.
You know, we didn't get to finish our story earlier after that great hit by Johnny Frost. The Cardinals, when they win, get what they call a bone award. And actually, Dr. Raymond Shea got a fibula bone, and what they do is if you win it, you get your name put on it, and you get to hang it in your locker for a week. But it's a big deal. Quinn got it a week ago, hands down. I think Johnny Frost's a pretty good candidate today. Look at that. Total offense over 500.
It's an amazing display by this Cardinal team. Lucas throws complete up to the 34-yard line to Justin McLemore, the junior.
First down, Texas.
Now you got Texas down 41-10, and you know you've got to go to Austin next year.
That's right. Yeah, that will be remembered. But in the same regard, I think as a football coach, you look at your season, you look at your year, and let's be honest, Louisville still has to make some other people believe that they're for real.
That's exactly right, and it's 13:26 to go in this one. Texas is trying to get something moving here as they move it out up over the 47-yard line. McLemore again catching the pass from Chad Lucas.
You know, there have been bowl people calling already, I know, to the football office congratulating. As you look at Beverly Snellenberger with the cowboy look today, gives the thumbs up kind of mildly, a big smile from Beverly Snellenberger. But yet, bowls are interested, and it will be very interesting, David, as we proceed through this season, if the Cardinals keep the pace up, what could possibly happen down the road with that bowl coalition? Because if you have a 10-1 type team, you got to look at them for a major bowl.
Down, and it is Phil Brown with no place to go. He was stacked up by Jim Hanna, 95, who has a touchdown to his credit today. That made his day.
Yeah, it certainly did. And one of the amazing things, and if you look through the Texas media guide, it's almost like going to a football library. They have so much tradition in it. It's the largest media guide I've ever seen. Texas hasn't gone winless in its first 3 games in 55 years. That was 1938 when they lost to Kansas, LSU, and Oklahoma.
Lucas goes long. Looking for Adams. Good play, Kevin Gaines. And Darius Watson was back to help.
Boy, you touched on it earlier. This secondary just gets a little bit better, a little more confident every week. Good protection. Lucas just wings it out there. But look at the good double coverage. Gaines in front and Watson right beside Adams. I mean, there was no doubt the Cardinals had that one covered like a glove. Good look at Johnny Frost, the sophomore out of Florida, who played as a true freshman a lot last year. They like this guy, too.
Nickel defense again. Cavallo is out. Intercepted. Bridges. Shoved out of bounds.
Take a bow, AB. I tell you. You watch from the end zone. Lucas back to throw. Throws it into coverage over the head of the intended receiver, and it's picked off by Bridges. Bridges picks up a block from Madison and then just goes out of bounds, gets a little shove late. But Anthony Bridges, very solid at that cornerback position, David.
Marty Lowe is in at quarterback for the second time today. Starting to get substitutes in the game for Louisville. That is Calvin Arrington, number 34, hit by Tubbs, the All-Southwest Conference linebacker for Texas.
Well, what was it the coach said? He was tired of going in the back door on wins. He wanted to put a stake in the heart, win this thing early. Well, I think the game was won early to begin with, but I think more importantly, when the Cardinals needed to establish themselves and regain some momentum, they did it in that third quarter.
Second down, 3 to go. Lowe completes his pass for the first down to Zoe Barney. He's right up at that first down stake, hit by Jason Reeves. Zoe Barney, the senior from Dublin, Ohio, with a couple of catches at tight end this afternoon. And it's a first down. Minutes and 10 seconds left. Fourth quarter, Louisville 41 and Texas 10. Brom's not had a bad day with a limited amount of duty. 2 out of 2. Lowe throws incomplete. Pass intended to Crawley Cooper, who has seen some action today. Number 15 ran the ball on the reverse one time. So Snellenberger has substituted quite freely here in this drive for Louisville, as they really have the game in hand at 41-10 with 11 minutes to go.
I think that's been the Snellenberger lucky tie. I think he's had it on every week. Marty Lowe getting to work.
Second down and 10.
Second down and 10. Ball's on the 32 of the Longhorns. Calvin Arrington over the 30. So resting Dawkins and Shellman. Calvin Arrington getting some time wearing the goggles.
Third down and 8.
Pick up of 2. It'll be third down and 8.
All right, the Texas Budweiser game plan, sound defense, they didn't do. Big plays they haven't had, and they lost their confidence real early.
Third down down and 8 out of the shotgun. Marty Lowe throws to Wally Cooper, and it is broken up by number 26, Pascal Wally Sr. out of Baytown, Texas.
And Louisville in our Bud game plan, they certainly have stretched the Texas defense. They have been all over the quarterbacks today, never allowing either Marin or Lucas to get any type of rhythm, and special teams play has been outstanding.
And it's 4th down and 8 for Marty Lowe and the Cardinal offense. The ball is on the Longhorn 30, 10:20 to go.
Cardinals 1 out of 1 in 4th downs today.
Sean Jackson split to the bottom of the screen. Shotgun is Lowe. He's going to run for it. Lowe's got the first down to the 20-yard line of Texas. He was hit by Tubbs and Reed. Now, that's a couple of big linebackers that put the crunch on Marty.
Well, Marty Lowe's a guy that's been waiting and waiting and waiting to play. Watch this. A lot of pressure this time. Breaks down Marty. Doesn't hesitate. Doesn't see anybody open, and now he just tucks it down, puts his head down, and gets the first down. Heads-up play by the Chattanooga, Tennessee native, Marty Lowe, a redshirt sophomore.
Mr. Football in the state of Tennessee as a senior. Thomas Baskin has just been helped off the field from Texas, their junior defensive tackle.
Cardinals have racked up 25 first downs today.
First down from the Longhorn 21. Harrington with the carry inside the 20, perhaps. Jim Bob Evans, number 52 on the stop.
Is that a Texas name
Jim
or what?
Bob,
Jim Bob.
Yes.
That's Sir Jim Bob.
Pickup of 1, 2nd down and 9. We've got 9.5 minutes to go at Cardinal Stadium. 5th largest crowd in Cardinal football history today. It was a sellout. We've had rain, but it has not dampened the spirits one bit of the Louisville faithful. Here's the pitch to Arrington. Lost his footing and is down short of the line of scrimmage.
David, I think a lot of people forget, too, Texas last year lost its first 2 games, and then they came back and won 5 straight. Now, a lot of players have left and gone on to the NFL, matter of fact, but another good recruiting year for John Makovic. Now, they'll take on Rice at home next week, but I think as you look down the season, this is going to be a Texas team that's going to continue to improve, but they ran into a very experienced, very focused Louisville football team. They're riding an emotional high that Coach Snellenberger built so well, and they're still there.
This is 3rd down and 10. Lowe to Arrington. Now flag is going to go down. That was down around the 10-yard line and would have been enough for a first down. But a penalty marker.
Holding against Louisville.
So holding on the Cardinals. We'll move it back.
Good play nonetheless. You're looking at a little of the Cardinal future. Arrington, the recipient of that Marty Lowe pass, would have been a first down, but of course the penalty negated that.
Holding, offense, 10 yards, spot of the foul, 3rd down.
It's Calvin Arrington, a young sophomore that they like. As you look at the total offense and the breakdown between the pass and the rush, Louisville dominance.
Well, I should say 531 yards total offense by those figures for the Cardinals. 8 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the game. 3rd down and 20 after the holding penalty moves it back. Shotgun formation to Marty Lowe. He's going for Wally Cooper, and it's broken up. Texas defender Pascal Wally, the senior from Baytown, broke it up. He broke the pass play up.
Yeah, it looked like it was open, and Waddy did a good job to come over and slap it away right at the last moment. There's a good look at the Baytown senior.
4th down now for Louisville is Waddy's breakup of that pass, and it will be Louisville going for it on 4th and long. They need to get to the 12-yard line. to 12. There's Lowe. Screen pass, Arrington. Well, that's a play that has been successful, but Texas has seen enough of it, I guess. And they will take over on downs as Louisville fails to convert on 4th down and 20.
This is the biggest total offensive output of the year for Louisville. If you're wondering, against San Jose State, they had 309 yards in total offense, 499 against Memphis State, 409 a week ago against Arizona State, and then they surpassed that. So if you look at that, it continues to move forward with total offensive yards.
8:15 to go. Louisville up by 31, comfortably in the lead. Lucas, the quarterback, complete. He was looking for Curtis Jackson, 39.
Danny Hope talking to his offensive line. I tell you, this is a case where Howard Schnellenberger and his entire staff have to be proud today. Gary Nord, the offensive coordinator, Ty Smith, the defensive coordinator, Chris Pagodas, who coaches the defensive line and also works on academics, Kirk Van Valkenburg, the defensive linebackers, Craig Swabach, the defensive ends, James Bell, who's just done a terrific job with the DBs, Danny Hope, we just mentioned, Brad Bradford with the offensive backs, and Jeff Morrow. They all should be congratulated.
Handoff, nowhere to go for Phil Brown. Down he goes. Kevin Gaines on the tackle, number 18 for Louisville, the senior defensive back, and Phil Brown, the senior running back. He had a couple of touchdowns to his credit coming in. And was averaging 8.8 yards per carry. I think that average is going to take a nosedive today. 3rd down and 10.
3rd down and 10.
Lucas completes his pass out over the 45. Short of a 1st down. It'll be 4th down for the Longhorns. Johnny Frost made the play on Kenny Harrison, 36. John Makovic putting in some of his substitutions as well.
Well, you know, Coach Schnellenberger in his weekly press conference talked about, and he uses this word an awful lot, but wisely so, what a great opportunity it would be against Texas. I think they've taken advantage of it.
Complete advantage of it as Wally Cooper goes deep to receive the punt from Dwayne Vosick. He steps away from it, and Texas has it down. They'll mark it at the 14-yard line. 6:45 to go. 4th quarter at Cardinals Stadium. Marty Lowe back to quarterback the Cardinals, and we'll be back in a minute.
I'm Doug Wolford of Neil Huffman Nissan in DuPont. I want to tell you about our no-risk trade-in deal. It works like this. When you trade your car in on a new Nissan, we'll take your car and sell it. If we sell it for more than what we gave you for trade-in, you'll get the difference back. That's right. If we give you a $6,000 allowance and we sell your car for $7,000, you get $1,000 back. $1,000 back to you. A no-risk trade-in deal only here at Neil Huffman Nissan in DuPont.
Low. What is low? If you were on the moon, a skyscraper would be low, but here on Earth, low is for prices. That's why Taco Bell has lowered the price on its cheesy Mexican pizza to a low, low $1.19. That's lower than a pancake run over by a steamroller. Taco Bell's also lowered the prices on its spicy beef burrito and luscious burrito supreme, just $1.19. That's low. Lower than a paperweight on the bottom of the ocean. So get low, but eat tall for just $1.19. Only at Taco Bell.
33.
In the 3rd quarter, Miami of Florida 28, Colorado 15.
David Sullivan, Don Russell back with your Cardinals Stadium. A lot of substitutions into the game right now. Tony Edlin, number 33, out of Louisville Fairdale. Look at this one here.
Bevo lost some weight.
Little symbolism. Also into the game, Chris Hampton and Stephen Hinchy.
Is that a Longhorn buster right there? You know, where's Kevin Beck? Of course, Kevin Beck worked with the Cardinal football publicity. He's a graduate of Texas. Well, he's got to feel good about this one, though. He's on the sideline somewhere, but I guarantee you.
On 1st first down. Short gain there up over the 15-yard line. Robert Reed made the stop for the Longhorn defense.
Ball carried by Edlin.
Tony Edlin was the ball carrier, and it'll now be second down and 8 to go. The clock says 6:29 to go. 41-10 Louisville, leading the Texas Longhorns.
Boy, do we have a crackerjack crew or what? There's Kevin Beck. How about them Longhorns? Yeah, you know, hook and horns today for Kevin. He's a proud graduate of Texas, though, I'll tell you right now.
Low to throw out here to Arrington. He picks up a first down over the 25.
Of course, Kevin does a great job with the Sports Information Office, working with Kenny Klein and Jeff Snyder. Kevin working strictly with football, along with Ryan Steiner. Those are all the people behind the scenes that do a tremendous job as well. Arrington on the little dip. And he gets the first down yardage. Seeing a lot of new faces for Louisville today in this one. A great opportunity for the younger players to get in some action against the tradition-rich Texas Longhorns.
Clock moves down to 5.5 minutes left. First down and moving out over the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Well, we'll update our LDDS scoreboard once again, sponsored by LDDS, supporting Cardinal Athletics with the Cardinal calling card. West Virginia, a winner over Missouri, Auburn over Southern Miss, Navy over Bowling Green. Of course, Southern Miss and Navy left on the home schedule for Louisville. Tennessee on the road against the Cardinals later. They whomped up on LSU, and Tulsa, the Cardinal finale game of the year, loses to Oklahoma in that interstate rivalry. That's our LDS scoreboard.
Wally Cooper split to the bottom of your screen, Low at quarterback. On second down, here's the pitch. Just over the 32-yard line, Tony Edlin. Out of Fairdale High School, the junior picks up a couple of yards. Hit by Webster and Reed. Westbrook and Reed.
Well, a happy Cardinal sideline, and I think Howard Snellenberger's team answered the bell when he gave them the challenge to come out in the second half and not let it slip away, because despite the fact the 4-0 record you're going to see now, the graphic we indicated earlier showed you what a strong first-half team Louisville has been, but now they put the whole package together.
Louisville has scored in every quarter of the football game. Low, underthrowing Jackson. Sean Jackson open up at over the 40-yard line.
And this is priceless for Marty Lowe, David, to get this type of snap in a real game situation. It's tough for a young quarterback. In Marty's case, especially the week before the first game against San Jose, he got an awful lot of snaps because of the injury to Brohm's thumb. But this has been good work for Marty today and a lot of young players.
Brandon Brookfield will punt. It's now 4th down and 4. Shade over 4 minutes to play.
Deep for Texas.
Adams fair catching the ball at the 28-yard line. We'll take a timeout and come back to Cardinal Stadium after this.
Small cash them in. We're doing the lottery and the win. Scratch them off, cash them in.
Kentucky Lottery Scratch-Off. There are as many kinds of games to play as there are people who play them. But there's only one way to win them. Instantly. More than 1 million instant winners every week for millions in instant cash every week.
Scratch them off, cash them in. Doing the lottery instant win. We're doing the lottery instant win.
Chrysler LHS so impresses the critics, they praise it wherever they go. To the ballpark, to the theater. With its high-performance engine, leather trim, driver and passenger airbags, ABS and traction control, all under $31,000, they most often praise it all the way to the bank. Chrysler LHS, the American luxury car, is now in the fast lane at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
You know, I'm an old-fashioned guy. I believe in giving people more for their money. So not only is everything on Wendy's Super Value Menu 99 cents each, but now you can get our country fried steak sandwich. It's delicious and just 99 cents. Great with biggie fries, or try our chili or Caesar side salad. You can only get them at Wendy's. You don't pay more, you just get more. And that's the truth.
Try the country fried steak sandwich on Wendy's 99-cent super value menu.
Well, this Pepsi preview reminds you, of course, the Cardinals go on a 2-game road trip before they return home to take on Southern Miss and Navy. First stop is Pittsburgh next Saturday night. We'll have our telecast. Our coverage begins at 8 p.m. Johnny Majors, the new head man at Pittsburgh, trying to bring back the pride he established there once before. The Cards and Pittsburgh next week at 8 p.m. on Saturday here on Fox 41.
Right here today, Louisville 41 and Texas 10 with just over 4 minutes to play in the game. Down at the 20-yard line goes Chad Lucas. That was Terrence Roscoe, 93.
Now, there's Terrence is just a junior, too, David. And he's the guy that's getting better and better all the time. You got Alton Jones, a sophomore, backing up Joe Johnston. Watch Lucas here. He's trying to throw it, not. That's because 93, Terrence Roscoe, is there.
Lucas again. Nice breakup of the pass by Bridges.
Broken up by Anthony Bridges.
So third down and 18 for Lucas.
You know, talking to Ty Smith earlier this week, I think he put a lot of things in perspective, talking about the maturity of a football team, especially on defense, but I think it applies to everyone, about being able to handle the emotional swings in a football game. When you're an emotional team, you don't want to get to the point where you get too high and then lose sight of what your job is. But he said a good football team learns how to deal with emotional highs, and the Cardinal team has done that.
Lucas tries to hit his receiver up at the 30. He'd be 10 yards short of a first down, but it's incomplete. And at 3:26, the clock stops on the incompletion.
Yep. There's the sign. He's got the hat on. That's Louisville Cardinals. He had it on last week.
He's smiling, and why shouldn't he?
Now, well, he should be. An amazing job of coaching by this man. He's weathered so many things, David. In his 9th year at the University of Louisville, the new stadium, I think, is on the horizon, and that October 1st deadline coming up, but it's all come together right now.
Wally Cooper makes a bad judgment there. Ball bouncing loose. Anwar Bell, number 50, I think, saved the day.
Ball recovered by
Anwar Bell, a linebacker, on the kick team, made the recovery. So the Cardinals get it with 3:16 left.
Well, look at Cooper. Whoa! I mean, that went right over his head. That pigskin, or leather, as we know now from our Levy's tools of the game, takes some funny bounces. And then you see number 50, Bell, come in and cover it up wisely.
It's like he's playing volleyball with that deal.
Yeah, that's Don Harden's job with the Cardinal lady volleyball team.
Arrington, he's got some space. Real close to the first down marker.
Tackled by Danaher.
Now you look at the Cardinal sideline. Good win. Had a lot of recruits here today, too, it looked like before the game.
Curtis McKinney into the game, number 25 for Louisville. A sophomore out of Cincinnati. So a lot of Cardinals getting some playing time in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Louisville is leading 41-10 over the Texas Longhorns. Arrington up to midfield. That's enough for the first down. 2:27 as the clock continues to wind down when the Cardinals can officially start celebrating.
Yeah, and talking to the Lost Dot, the athletic director at Texas at halftime, as you look at a very happy Cardinal bench as you might expect, I don't think there's any doubt they got the right guy in John Mackovic. I really like his style of offense, wide open. He's had 2 tremendous recruiting classes. He's basically starting from scratch once again, but you look for the Longhorns to be right back up there in the next couple of years under John Mackovic.
Pitch to Arrington. Picks up a couple.
Calvin Arrington.
So the Cardinals just running the clock down. Bracken's made the stop, 98 for Texas. as it moves inside 2 minutes. You know, Makovic would just as soon be on the jet plane out of here.
Yeah, but you know, when he was at Illinois, he took them to 4 bowls every year he was there. And I just think his style, his knowledge of the game is good. He's obviously enthusiastic about being in Austin, Texas with that tremendous program. And it's growing pains you go through. No coach likes it, but those guys that are focused, like Howard Schnellenberger always says, to believe is to be strong. That's very important.
Short of the 45 to the 46-yard line. Reed and Brackens teaming up on the stop.
Tackled by Reed.
Well, the offensive coordinator's down on the sidelines now for U of L.
You know, John Makovic also said this week he knew what he was facing. He said this Louisville football team is for real. I think he knew he had a big challenge to face. His team got in a whole hurry and just couldn't recover. Now, smile from Howard Schnellenberger and Gary Nord.
You know, Makovic also said he thought Louisville was potentially a top 10 team.
Yep.
Edelin takes it down to the 35. 33 seconds show on the clock. That'll be another Louisville first down.
And I think to really put it in perspective, he said, if this were Texas, they would be in the top 10. That Louisville still has to prove to some people, but I got news for you. They made a big message known today. This is a one-sided football game dominated by the Louisville Cardinals.
From the first 22 seconds when they scored on an 80-yard bomb to Dawkins.
The crunch zone is awaiting the celebration from the team.
It's 10, 9, 8. Whistles and sound. The clock will run out. Howard Schnellenberger and John Makovic will meet at the center of the field.
Well, they're going to the crunch zone. They're already down there.
Coach Schnellenberger made this trip last Saturday after the Arizona State victory.
That gives him goosebumps.
Well, a big win for the University of Louisville and the Cardinal football program, as they no doubt could climb higher in the top 25 after posting this convincing victory over the Longhorns of Texas.
And now I think Beverly Schnellenberger is waiting for her husband, and this is what it's all about right here. A happy Schnellenberger family. Son Tim is here. He's safe. Very, very happy.
Well, we might be able to get a couple of words with the head coach before he goes in to talk to his football team. As most of the team now has gone to the crunch zone to give some high fives to the fans. Something that's become a tradition after victories here at Cardinal Stadium. Coach Schnellenberger.
Yes.
This is David Sullivan and Don Russell. Congratulations on this victory today.
Thank you very much. Obviously, this is a big. Obviously, this is a very big game, and this is one that we've been pointing to for a long time. For us to win our 4th game against the likes of the University of Texas and to win it the way we did is quite substantial and something that we're quite proud of.
David Sullivan's up here with me, Coach, and one of the things that I think you talked about earlier in the week at your press conference was about great opportunities and how your team are not takers, they're givers. They really laid it on the line. They saw the opportunity and made the most of it today.
Well, they have, and they have throughout this season. And, you know, this makes our 8th win in the last 10 ball games when you look at the second half of last year's season. So this football team has played well as they've matured. And they played very consistent. You know, if you look at those games last year where we lost the game to Ohio State by the extra point, we lost the game to Wyoming by the miss of a 3-point field goal from the 6-yard line, and we dropped the pass against Syracuse. We could possibly be something quite spectacular in the last 2 years. However, we're delighted where we are, we're delighted where we've come from, and we're delighted in where we're going.
We thank you for your time, Coach. Once again, enjoy the win.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach Snellenberger. We'll talk to him tomorrow night at 10:30 on the Howard Snellenberger Show. We'll be back in just a minute and wrap up this big Cardinal victory.